The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Don't know Mike. But now that you're listening to Mike TrashTalkingRadio.com. Say it to Macho.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe that Trash Talking Radio show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is on the other half. That's the trashy one, and the loose
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous taking the road warriors. What you gonna do? If you know what's good for you, you'll listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show. When Hulk Hogan's brand new.
It is times like these that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone to show us the ways of good taking on evil, and someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Trash's maid, also known as Trish, Trash's babe, known as Ashley, and Trash's roadie known as Cirillo. They will fight crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol class C Mike Trash. You may all be seated. Thank you.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week. And, times like this, we wonder why there are times like this. And all that stuff. So, yeah, it's been a crazy week since we last saw each other. Good things and bad things, really bad things, actually. Oh, I've got to turn you guys, there you go.
Hey, I'm alive. Okay.
There.
Help, Pablo. Okay.
Let's hear you talk. Okay, good. You're perfect. All right. You gonna talk, or are you gonna just gonna?
It's rough. I'm having a real tough time. Okay.
Well, it's hard to put into words, but we'll talk about that later.
Exactly. Well, keep in mind tomorrow's the anniversary of my mom.
Okay.
That's something I forgot, but you would have reminded me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, anyway, all right, we'll just jump right into it. Welcome to the show, and I see Jesse Joe. I see Ann.
Hi, Jesse
Joe. I don't know who else is in there, but it's good to see you're there.
We have to take roll call.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, if you're not here, say aye. I guess we're all here.
All right.
No. She's not even remote.
That's okay. She just gets docked all of her zeros because you guys got docked last week, so now you get your zeros back.
Well, I was remote.
I can't hear you because you don't talk.
We're doing this again.
Yep, I'm doing that. I'm gonna get you a Christmas gift that's gonna make sure that we hear you every week, whether we want to or not.
Oh, thanks.
What are you doing?
Trying to find out what you asked me earlier.
Oh, what did I ask you earlier? I'm curious as to what I asked you earlier. Oh, that. Okay. All right. Anyway, so I worked on the system this past week trying to get things working better, and actually I cut my head off, I guess, by the looks of things. I need to readjust the one. Let's see. I don't know where the remote is, so I'll just do it by hand. Now I'm probably too high. Oh, there we go. All right. So now my head's not being cut off. Okay.
I was going to say, you were half there.
Well, I've been redoing the studio. I spent like 2 days, and I'm still not even near being done. But I have a lot less wires on the table and a lot less wires coming out of the system.
Well, I can't tell. They look like they're still all here to me.
Oh, you missed all the ones that were over there that were...
Oh, I thought that's what that was.
Oh, I'm not done with... You can't judge this. This is a judge-free zone until I get it done. So,
oh, my goodness.
What?
Gemma got big.
Okay.
This is my cousin's dog.
Oh, okay.
Bear's sister.
All right. Anyway, so, we're going to talk about some pretty heavy stuff here. So, let's just jump into the RIPs. I want to talk about... there's a bunch of them. I only decided to do... 1, 2,
I think
3,
I gave you almost like 20 of them this week.
Yeah, I only did 5.
I didn't expect you to do all 20, but
this is not the death show.
What?
Yeah, you don't need to do that many on the death show.
The death show. This is not the death show.
Hey, I send him. I don't expect him to use them. If he uses them, that's fine. He doesn't.
Besides,
but that's what my job is.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Undo your zipper. Hold on. Just
Why?
Undo your zipper.
Which zipper?
The one to your jacket.
Okay, that's a little bit better because the other one I wasn't going to do.
That's good.
Really?
I don't.
Yeah,
We are an adult show. We are an adult show, but we're not that.
Okay, you did get the memo.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
To wear the red?
Yeah, we're all wearing red.
Exactly.
This might be the Christmas show. It depends. Depends how much.
Of course. I got the memo.
Depends if I get done with everything or not. So.
Even though I didn't get the memo, I just happened to be wearing red.
Well, I didn't get the memo either.
Okay, thank you. Well,
I think the office forgot to send it.
The office must have forgot to
send it.
The board
forgot to send it.
Well, it's not the first time the board forgot to do things. The board isn't always on top of things.
She's lucky because I almost wore my green shirt like that.
Well, that would work too.
Yeah,
red and green, yeah.
No, I know.
Anyway, I was working on the studio, and between that and doing the movie part that I had, for those of you that have been on the internet and saw my picture, that's me without makeup, and this is me with makeup.
There you go.
You really need to see a plastic surgeon.
Well, or get a better makeup
they
artist.
say that, what's his name? That Jay Leno looks better now. He says he looks better now after surgery.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think he had real, big surgery, but I think he said his face looks bigger.
He probably did have some. I mean, that you saw how that.
Yeah,
did you see the video of how?
Yeah, and he said he looks better now than he did before.
Yeah,
he probably had to get a facelift and all that to get rid of the scarring.
Yeah. Anyway,
but they said 2 weeks after he got out of the hospital, he's already on, doing his stuff.
I believe.
Well, he's a guy that doesn't sit straight. He
yeah.
gotta be moving all the time.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like you, huh?
I'm sitting and I'm kind of straight, kind of.
Kind of.
My back's been really since this weekend. My back has been really bothering me because I had to do some things that in places where I'll explain it later.
You weren't prepared for.
Well, you can't prepare for the thing I did. Anyway, so let's get into this, and then we'll get into the fun stuff after this. Let's get rid of this. First guy I wanted to talk about is Gary Friedkin, and by the way, all of you guys gave him to me. Every one of you made sure that I had Gary Friedkin in here, or Friedkin. So I don't know.
That's what happens when you don't touch base with people.
Well, the thing about this guy is he had a minor role on Happy Days, so he's going to be, he's going to be talked about a little bit. By the way, the sound hopefully sounds better this week, and hopefully I'll be able to do the videos that I couldn't do last week. I spent hours on this studio and on this setup and stuff, so hopefully it's better than it was. That's all I'll say. Anyway, this is Gary Friedkin, or Friedkin maybe. He was Clarence the Cook.
Yes.
Clarence the
Yes,
Cook.
in the early, they're actually, I should say, in the originals of
Happy Days.
Happy Day, yeah, in the original Happy Days, he was the one.
And he was in Young Doctors in Love, which I remember seeing that, but I didn't really. I mean, that was so long ago. I couldn't even tell you a whole lot about that show. And he was also on. Was something else he was on?
But you just scrolled past it.
Did I?
Yeah, down.
Down?
Down.
I am down.
Oh, it's.
Oh, you mean down the other way? Okay. Clarence the Cook on Happy Days.
Yeah.
And then he was Young Doctors in Love.
Yeah, and then.
But he had some other things too.
I thought it said there.
Oh, well, let's bring it up. Here we go.
It was.
Blade
I remember
Runner.
him.
Oh yeah, Blade Runner. Yeah.
I remember him and Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yep.
Had an altercation, so to speak. He goes, Clarence, get out here, and he walks out there, and he has to stand on the one of the benches there, or whatever you want to call them, seats, and talks to Arthur Fonzarelli.
Now it says he was also an Ewok in Return of the Jedi, and was part of a biker gang in the Blade Runners. 2016, he appeared in Mother's Day, Gary Marshall's final film. He was an active member of Little People of America. So he was a little person.
Yes.
Okay, now I think I remember him. Now that we
he walked out. They had a special door for him, so he could walk out instead of using the whole big door on Happy Days.
Okay, well that's why I didn't remember him, because I was thinking he was a full size.
No.
Not pint size.
No,
Right.
he was like an.
That's why he was a cook, because he knew all the measurements.
Well, he could see what people couldn't see. Anyway, regardless, he is no longer with us. He was the first one that I got barraged with people saying, he died. And everybody, I mean, not just you people. Lots of people sent me it saying he died. I said, okay. All right, next one. First off, can everybody hear everything? Just to make sure that I'm not,
Somebody's asking where the psychic is today.
I'm answering her.
Ashley?
Yeah.
Ashley was fired from the show earlier tonight for insubordination.
What?
I don't know. For late tardiness.
Too much time off.
Because she didn't bring us food. That's probably the real reason she didn't bring us food. Especially since she works at a place where she could have gotten me food last week when I ran to get her.
Uh-huh.
She could have brought me food. Did she bring me food? No. Now you brought me food. You're on my good side. You're on my good. You're both on my. Yes, you're both on my good side.
See.
So, okay, you can hear everything. And you heard? You heard the intro music, right?
Yes.
Everything's good. Okay, because I really worked endlessly this weekend between my movie appearance and
everything else.
This. I spent 2 days on this studio and still got a lot to do. But I vacuumed the carpet back here.
Wow.
And
that's why we're going to have bad weather on Thursday.
And I actually tried to make it look nice. I've got a few.
Bite your tongue, I got to work.
So do I.
I got a few things I got to do.
Not the driving I do, honey.
Oh boy, here we go. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Anyway, here we go. So that's the first one, Gary
Friedkin.
Is it Friedkin or yeah? I guess
I think it's Friedkin.
Friedkin. He's a little fry.
A little guy.
A small fry.
Oh.
Oh yes. Anyway, we're going to talk about her in a little while.
Yeah.
Okay, next. This one here, I don't know her. I kind of remember her, but I remember the name maybe, but I don't know that I can even tell you what she looks like. Actor Nikki Icox has died at 47. after a battle with leukemia. So, is there a picture of her on here? No, that would be too easy. That would be awesome if they had a picture of her. I had to pick another... Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, freaking A. Wish I wouldn't have thrown out the other one. Oop, no, that was good.
Yeah, see, if I didn't know them, I didn't send them to you.
Yeah, well, unfortunately...
Not me, I just sent him. Tell me, oh,
You see
died at
died
the
and
angel,
there
and
it
he's like,
goes.
boop, I just sent it to him.
Yeah, you see
now
died go.
Hold on, I gotta open this up again now that you... now you saw behind the curtain. Okay. Wait, there's this one. That's the one I want. It should be...
That's not the one that I want.
Oh, rats.
Not
Okay.
the one that I want.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Oh, I gotta bring up Gary again.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
I can't.
There it
You're
is.
still sitting over there.
There we are. And besides, you're in front of the curtain.
Depends on which side of the curtain you're standing on.
Well, you're on, I know which side you're sitting on.
Mm-hmm. The right side.
All right. Forgot to add him into our infamous... Come on, go. All right. Stop fighting. Yeah, stop fighting, people.
No, we were discussing.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't it last year at this time that Anarchy died? He died before Christmas.
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure that he died right before Christmas.
No,
Oh, I guess I'm wrong.
it's April.
Oh, well, Christmas in April. I've seen that.
No, it's Christmas in July.
Oh, well, he died before Christmas in July.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
No, this time last year it was my mom.
Somebody had died. Okay. So let's see what this woman looked like. All right. Oh, I don't recognize her. Well, maybe I do. She was known for Meg Masters in the CW series Supernatural. Okay, I never saw Supernatural.
I did.
Jeepers Creepers I saw. The X-Files I didn't see. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's our film. Defying Gravity, Dog Walker, Crime and Punishment in Suburbia, Rave, Macbeth, Slapper, She's French.
A lot of stuff we didn't see.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Perfect Stranger. Was Perfect Stranger the comedy that
Yeah.
Okay, I might have seen her on there. X-Files, I never watched X-Files. Joyride 2, Animals, Tom Cool, Christina. No, not that one.
Christina,
Okay. Well, it was it was Christine, that car that drove itself. Christine.
No, that was Herbie.
No.
Casey Joe wants us to stop fighting. It's not fighting. I feel like telling her it's
Mhm.
playfulness.
Yeah, I know.
This
Our
is
way
1
of
year.
playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Girl on the Train, I saw that, I think. Yeah, I did see The Girl on the Train. That's probably where I know her from. Then television, Weird Science, L.A. Heat, Third Rock from the Sun. I used to watch that religiously.
Yeah, Third Rock from the Sun I watched a lot too.
Let's see, anything else? Ally McBeal, X-Files, Opposite Sex. So she was on a lot of stuff I didn't watch, but anyway. So, yeah, it's at 47. That's really a shame. But Pam was 48 when she died, so. And then the other one we're going to talk about was much younger. So, all right, come on, let's go. I'm going to be upgrading a lot of the computer stuff in the studio too. I want to make things run more efficiently.
Did you hire a production engineer?
Yeah,
Okay.
his name's Mike too.
Okay. That's good. Then maybe he'll do his job.
It's not Mike Trash though.
No, I didn't say it had to be.
Yeah, just telling you.
You just replaced Sparky.
Well, Sparky hasn't been here for a while. Okay, so anyway, that's her. Okay, there's some pictures of her. So, yeah, she died from leukemia, right? Is that the
Yes.
leukemia? Yeah, it's the leukemia one. Okay, so that's 2. Let's see. Next, we got. Let's get rid of both of these. This person, I had no idea who they were, but someone gave me their stuff, so I put them in there. Actually, this one, and then the last one I didn't know, but I figured you guys would know him. Terrence O'Hara. I have no idea who he is. Did I ever see any of his stuff? Let's see. I guess not. Smallville, NCIS, an Angel TV director.
I was going to say, I've seen NCIS.
Okay. He was a television director. Oh, that's why I don't know him. He's a television director. That makes sense now.
He was behind the camera.
Yeah. So he was... all right, that makes sense now. Well, it says he was a director and actor. Known for Heroes in 2006, The Proxy, X-Files 1993. He was born in 45, so that would make him 45 is 90. It makes him old. That's what it is.
77 years old.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, so since none of us know who he is, I'm not going to spend too much time on him. This next one you might know. Well, I wouldn't know, but I think you guys might know him. Mississippi State coach Mike Leach. Yes? No?
No.
No? 61. He was 61.
I don't think I sent you any.
No, I found that today.
I was going to say the first one.
No, I was usually, I'm trying to...
There was a couple of them I sent you today that...
Yeah, I looked at them and I kind of picked and chose them because I had the show mostly written already.
Well, I kind of figured that, but...
Because I was trying... Well, lately you've been actually writing the show. So today I was really surprised I was surprised I got to write any of it because I'm used to you doing the work.
Well, he wanted you to feel needed. He did it for a couple weeks, and you were, probably feeling neglected, so...
Hey, I'm not going to complain when people contribute to the show. I got people contributing from the show all over the country.
Good.
I got people from the West Coast contributing to the show. I got people from Florida. I got people contributing to the show. But it's nice when they're all on one line and I can just go right down the list. And when I get them from him, I just go right down the list and just check them off one at a time. So, yeah, I mean, you don't have to do that. I'm very glad you do. I'm not complaining. That's what that is. I need you to move the eyeglass case. If you don't want to be on the show, if you don't want to be seen on the show, just say it.
No, he cannot be Wilson.
It's one of those things when I do get a break at work or something, I go on and I look at it and I say, oh, Mike may be interested in that, so I send it to him.
It's like this. You can send me as much as you want.
Of course, they could be at 1 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning, but...
I don't care because I have my phone sounds off, so...
Mm-hmm.
I never turn the sounds on. Oh, I already did that one. Okay, I thought so. Okay, so that's the, after being transported to a hospital following a medical emergency at his home, Mississippi coach Mike Leach died Monday night due to complications from a heart condition. He was 61, so that's even too young to die.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, and then...
54 is even too young to die.
Well, you're still here.
Yeah.
Almost not.
And now this is the sad one. This is the one that...
Gonna hurt most.
Hurts really a lot, actually. I've been thinking about her nonstop, and it's funny because, well, it's not funny. I wanted to go out and see her because I've been talking to her a lot about different things, and I told her I'd go out and take her out to dinner, and just didn't happen. So you have your sound on your phone when I message you. No, I don't. Oh, you're wrong. Good to see Marcia, though. I haven't seen her for a while. Anyway, here's the oh, where'd it go? Hold on. This is the person who died Friday. She's a former girlfriend of mine, and her name is Shannon. She died at the age of 41.
Not the one on the right, the one on the left.
That one there. So that's her. She'd like get her stuffed animals and stuff, and wrap herself around things. She meant a lot to me. We had our problems, but we resolved all those problems. The problems were mostly that she was so young, and Just it's really difficult. That picture I took,
Mm-hmm.
and she's kind of like an angel for sure, for real now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, her and I at first we didn't get along, but
oh, I know. No, trust me.
but we mended our differences, and it became to where I was there when she needed me, and she was there when I needed her.
Yeah.
And actually, when I came into your life and she needed some help, I helped her out.
Yeah.
So
Last
she
time
didn't
we went,
even ask for the help, and I just
last
helped
time
her out.
last time we went to the beach, she wore a bikini, which
Mhm.
that took a lot of nerve. I didn't know
Yeah.
that she would do that. But this is not the last time. This is when
And
we were
she-
at the.
Yeah.
I didn't notice this until yesterday. I didn't know that she was wearing my coat,
Mm-hmm.
my Vital Idol jacket.
And she took pictures and stuff with us, and she was the one that was there when we found Roadkill.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have some pictures of her from, I think I threw most of the pictures I have of her, at least the ones that were easiest to find. This keeps, oh, okay. There we go. That was her birthday last year, I think.
I believe so.
We went down to an all-you-can-play arcade. Oh, I remember when she went.
The double stuffed Oreo.
That
That's what we called that picture, the double stuffed Oreo.
she was very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
But she died on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Thursday
into
night,
Friday.
Friday, and it's hard for me to comprehend this because I've had so many deaths lately, and it's just driving me crazy that all these people are dying.
Yeah, because I called you, and I texted you, and I'm like,
I was
it's
asleep.
important. I figured you were. That's why I was like, it's important.
She was very supportive of things I was working on.
Mhm.
And some of she would call me and tell me that, oh, by the way, there's a story behind this. This is before,
Yeah,
and
that's when it fell.
it fell while she was on it. And she wanted to clean it up. I said, you can't clean it up till I get a picture. It was fun. She was a lot of fun, and she was she was bubbly most of the time, and she had.
And she's grown a lot since
and
we knew her.
I love these pictures here. These ones we took at a cemetery. There was a mausoleum that was at the Harrisburg Civil War Cemetery.
I mean, she was very nice to me the two times that I met her, and
That one I turned, and it turned back. I don't know why I did that. That one turned right. Okay, good. That's Emmylise, I think.
Her oldest niece.
Niece, yeah. That's 11 years ago or whatever. No, it had to be, she's like 16 now, so
Yeah.
15 years ago.
She was all about family because she was helping
She had turned
Taking-
into a good woman. When I met her, she was
lost.
she was really messed up. She was very confused, and I guided her and tried to get her on the right path. I had her take classes. I got her a job, and she still screwed around and got us. She had to leave for a while, and then she got in trouble, and you and I went and saved her that one night in the middle of the night.
Well, I remember the first time I went to go get her, I had your car, and it was snowing, and I went out because you were still at work. And I had no idea who she was. I was just told to get this address, she'd be there, and bring her back. And that's what I did, and we talked.
When we went down to Assateague Island, she went and picked up a crab. She said she'd never see herself doing that. She picked it up, and she liked it. She was like, ooh! And then she still thought it was really cool that you could actually touch the creatures and all that. And she looked at the horseshoe crab and stuff. And she cleaned up well. And she was definitely naughty.
Mm-hmm.
But
all I can say, Shannon, is we'll always have Scotland.
Oh, by the way, there's I didn't know I left that in there. There's Roadkill. But I don't know. I just really I adored her. We became good friends again a couple years ago. We talked out things that were the issues. I've always stayed in contact with her, but I never trusted her after she did the one thing to me until the past couple years. And she became a real adult. She got a real job. This was one of my things that I thought was really nice. I gave her this picture of the Trash Clan, and it says, "Smile, someone you know loves you very much." And,
I thought they were the Heat Seekers.
Oh, the Heat Seekers, yeah. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But, yeah, she was a heck of a girl. And,
yeah, I remember the night she called me, and she had to get, she needed to get out of here for a while. She needed somebody to talk to.
I get through all of it.
So I come up here and I got her, and her and I went for a ride. And we started down 81, just talking, and we got off the Scotland exit and come back up. And then I dropped her off and I went home. So for her and I, we always have Scotland.
She had a lot of medical issues, and that didn't help any, because that's...
I think the only really good memory I have of her is giving her the Oscar the Grouch and looking on her face that, that really, this, not knowing me from Adam and Eve, and here's this person that gave her Oscar the Grouch.
She had a Slimy put on her arm for me.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat. That was her girlfriend. And that was kind of fun. They had a lot of fun. And I've seen her when she was up. I've seen her when she was down. I've seen her, I taught her how to drive stick.
Yeah.
She wrecked the car later.
This is a family show, Michael.
Yeah, well, she
drove
the shift really well. I can tell you that. She. You got a dirty mind. He was only talking about the car.
I know what he was talking about.
That's in my living room. When she goes to this soiree or whatever it was every year, she went.
Yule Ball, wasn't it?
Whatever it was, yeah. She always went to that thing.
Well, I still have the voicemail she left me when my dad died. And
I wish I had something that I could, other than these pictures I've
you have
got.
your memories.
I have a lot of memories.
And you can even, if you think about it, you can still hear her and what she would say to something. Because I know that's the way I've been all week.
Well, I really do miss her. I wish I would have gotten out to see her, and she was going through some stuff, and I don't think she was being totally honest with me on what was going on, but, I know that she had issues with her husband. And
Well, there was that. They're flipping the other side of her house, and she couldn't sleep during the day.
I know, that's what she said, but I think there was more to it than that.
And it's,
I really do. I think there was a lot more to it than that. But
yeah, I talked to her. Oh my
remember that?
God! Oh yes.
When there was a time when Trish said, "I can roller skate," I said, "You can't roller skate. You're old. You can't roller skate." And she goes, "I can roller skate." Yes, I know. I'm saying you. And then she said she wanted to go roller skating with you, and I sat back and watched you two roller skate, and there she was where she fell down, and you stayed up the whole time.
I told you.
Yeah, you're something. That was
us. I mean, that was her and I. We were always.
She was hugging my one dog, Brandy. That's my girl. My dog girl. My girl dog.
She was.
Other than that other girl dog of mine. But that was the only girl dog I've ever owned until my new girl dog. But yeah, she loved Brandy. I love Brandy too. I miss Brandy too. I think I'd be fun to have Brandy with her, because those two would be running all over the house. If I found another border collie like Brandy, I would grab her in a heartbeat. They're really smart dogs, and my dog Cheyenne is really smart too. She teaches me a lot. I mean, a lot of times she back there. I could say, "Do you want to go for a ride?" And she knows what that means. I can say, "Do you want to go?" And she perks up. I say, "Ride." She goes crazy. She knows what ride is, and that's.
When I had Daisy used to do the same thing. I say, "Daisy, want to go bye-byes?" that dog would be near that door trying to get the heck out before you can get in there. And then you'd be in that car, and
if
you
I
had
want
to
to
fight
say,
her to get her, her to stay in, and you to get out because she would want out.
and if I say the word walk, she knows what that is too. I don't have to say, do you want to go? There looks like Brandy likes, I want to go, get away from me.
I know with Dusty, we had to start spelling the words ice cream.
There's Brandy again. Brandy's like, let me go. Get off of me, bitch. She looks angry there. But she looks sad. And
She probably didn't feel well.
By the way, this is my chair, and this is my leg. So, that's how old that is. That has
Oh my gosh,
it's got to be 2008 or something.
Yeah, I remember that chair.
And I mean, there's so many classic pictures. There's one of my favorite pictures.
Yeah.
I don't have the Brigantine picture up here. I don't think I have I might have it somewhere though. But
yeah, her and I. She
that
was
looks
one
like
of
it's
the
on my
ones that
jacket.
I never thought.
I really never thought that we'd be talking about her on the on this show about that. I was hoping it would be about something good like her photography because she got awards on her photography and stuff like that. It was
She
just
took
It's
the
funny,
pictures at your
Trish,
boss's wedding.
Texted me, and I was half asleep on Friday, and she was telling me about it, and I was like, okay, knowing that her ex-husband's wife and all that wasn't feeling well, I thought it was didn't really pay attention, and like I said, I
He
fell
doesn't
back to
listen to
sleep.
me.
I thought it was there, and then all of a sudden, she texted me about you, and I'm thinking, what would Mike have to do with your ex-husband's wife? And then it dawned on me. She goes to me, it wasn't, and then she told me who it was, and I was like, oh, I acted, it's like I didn't realize it, and I should have been, like I said, instead of going back to sleep, realizing who it was, and,
Well, she just got married in April, and I was there and took pictures
I'm
at
really
her
sorry I
wedding.
wasn't there now because
And she said that I was the only one that got a picture of her and her dad coming down the aisle that she liked.
I don't know. I like to think that that's her looking down on me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just way too young. Way too young.
yeah, if you had told me that she was going to die at 41, only 7 years younger than Pam, I would have said no way, because she was always lively and
Yeah. But like I said to her mom, I wonder if the stress and stuff that she was going through had a lot to do with it.
I'm sure it did. She was on
her own health issues, her husband's health issues.
I think that the fact that she had to take and make sure things are paid, and she had to be the responsible one, and I think it just caught up to her, and I'm thankful I met her. I'm thankful that she was in my life. I'm very sad that she's not in my life now, and I've lost a lot of people in the past.
She could have
2
picked
years.
any other month but December.
Well, at least she picked a different month than Ken did. But now I got someone in September, I got someone in October, I got someone in November and December.
Yeah, but I got two in December.
And I like to spread them out.
Yeah.
And I got someone in January too, of course.
I got my uncle in, my aunt in November, and, my uncle, it was like, 6 weeks apart?
Well, I remember when we went to Georgia for that week and she sat in for you.
Yeah.
And she kept calling and asking questions and...
Well, I mean, she had only been there for a short period of time.
And she's like, I don't know if I can do this. It's like, yes, you can.
Well,
you've got
she did
this.
do well. I mean,
she's like, I'd rather be in Georgia with you guys.
yeah, I've got a few regrets there too because I should have never left Pam alone that long. Because that was tragic. Because Pam just fell off the rails at that point. I don't know. But I need to finish. I need to have people promise me not to die.
I promise you I won't die.
Okay? You gonna promise me?
I can't.
You
Because
gotta promise me. Promise me.
I mean, well, like I said, after Tuesday, I don't know, but yeah.
After Tuesday? What's Tuesday?
Well,
He fell.
You just wrap yourself in styrofoam. You'll be
Bubble
okay.
wrap.
yeah.
Or bubble wrap,
All
either
right, I
one.
promise you I won't die.
Okay, thank you. That's
But I'm surprised you didn't.
But if you
say
die, I'm never
before
going to
me.
talk to you again.
Okay, not a problem.
I do talk to Pam all the time, and I do I do talk to Ken all the time, and I've been talking to Shannon too. It sucks.
Well, it's funny because, last year in October, my aunt was the oldest. Now she was 91. She was the oldest Cirillo to make. That's what she wanted, and she wasn't in good health at that time. And then 9 months later, I was at Brothers, and my brother. I'm in the middle of taking my test for the alcohol, and my brother's like ringing me off the phone. My dad called me, and I knew something was wrong when my dad called me. And then I finally got done with the test, and I told my dad I'd call him. I was in the middle of a test. I told him to call him back. Called my brother, and he, the words that he said to me were very harsh. Family comes first. You just realized, Uncle Bobby died, and I was like, okay, but I really felt bad, but it's like there's nothing I can do at that point.
Yeah.
I can't go back and bring him back. I can't do anything. Yes, he was very close more to my brother than me, and he was his godfather and everything, but it was like, you can't bring someone back, and I wish you could, and like I was telling Trish, my dad wants myself and my brother to go down to Florida, and see him before he dies. And we have some other bills to pay. And I said, right now, my first priority is getting that $2,000 for us to go down to Florida to see my father before he dies, because Trish was in a situation with her mother, and I was there for that. I saw what she went through. Not being able to go up there and say goodbye to her mom.
I didn't get to
and
say.
It was tough for I don't want to go through that with my father.
I didn't get to say goodbye to my father or my mother or my wife. She died here alone, and I didn't get to say goodbye to any of them. I did get a chance. Well, I kind of got to say goodbye to my mom because they let me in here when the day before she died, or whenever, a couple days before she died. But she was out of it. She was like, they had her so drugged up it didn't matter. So, it's especially when you don't expect it, when you don't see it coming like this.
Definitely
I would have never even seen this coming, because I talked to her probably a week or two before this happened. That's why I was like shocked, because when we talked, she was over at that place. She was telling me things that were going on. I said, well, I'd like to come out and take you out to dinner and introduce you to Christine and and all that. She said she really wanted to meet Christine, and so it's like it's just one of those things.
And I had, we were trying to make plans on when to get together, but with the way she was working, and it was hard. And there were times where I did make the trip out to see her, and
well, I was gonna.
Like I said, I was there for her wedding, and
yeah.
it just.
I just don't even. I don't know. I guess it's time to I think say goodbye to my dad or grandmother's. Yeah.
When her mom messaged me Friday morning and asked me if her husband got a hold of me, I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? And I'm like, no, is everything okay? And her mom's like, no, not at all. And she goes, are you at work? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't start till 8:30. And she told me, and I'm just like, oh, no. My heart just dropped.
This is really a very difficult time.
I hear the stories that Trisha's told me in the past few days and everything about her husband and everything, and I just can't believe someone like that, if you're that close to someone and you got married, and stuff, he's being an ass.
Well, that's him. That is him. That is him.
And the thing is, I don't understand. It's like you act like you don't even care for that woman.
He cares more about himself, and I was just talking to her mother tonight. I was messaging her, and she said he has agreed that there should be some type of service, but since she's already been cremated, it'll probably be more of a
That's okay.
celebration of life
Yeah,
after
that's
the
fine.
holidays.
Oh, okay.
Because everything's all booked up now with Christmas holidays and whatnot. And I'm like, well, whatever it is, let me know. I will be there.
So why?
Well, if I'm not working, so will I. I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I know, she even said she'd be there with my, for my dad and all, and she was willing to make that trip if I needed her.
She was one in a million. So.
She lived in my attic for a while. She really became responsible. She was really
That's the
protective
thing,
of Kylie.
That's one thing that I really do want to stress is that when I met her, she was very irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
And through the time that I've known her, I've seen her grow to be very responsible
Mm-hmm.
to a point where I was really proud of her. She kept the job for, I don't know, a year and a half or whatever it was, and she was the breadwinner whether she wanted to or not be. But
She stepped up and was helping her mom raise her nieces and nephews.
Yes, and that was I was so proud of her because of that, because that was something I would have never seen. I was glad to see it, but I just didn't really expect to see it in my lifetime. I didn't expect to see it, but she was. I mean, the only good thing about it was I have not seen her for a while, and I can just pretend that she is too busy. But I know that deep down inside, I mean, all I've been thinking about in the past couple days is all the people I've lost, especially Cap and her.
Yep.
Those two people, and of course Pam. I mean, I always think of Pam. She's going to be with me till the day I die. And
Shannon and I would sit up many nights just talking. Whether she was upset and needed to talk, or I was upset and needed to talk, and she was remarkable. She really cared. I mean, like you, her and I had our ups and downs.
Yeah.
But we became very close.
Yeah.
She was my sister from another mister.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is I really miss her, and I really didn't see this coming. This is I didn't see any of them coming though. Even Pam, I didn't want to admit seeing it. I could see her just deteriorate, but I wanted to not see it coming, and it didn't. And unfortunately, I saw it coming after it came and went. Anyway, all right, let's move on.
I had to change my phone with her contact information because I know me. Without thinking, I'd reach for my phone and I'd want to text her and can't do it now. So I changed it right after I found out.
Well, okay, let's move on to something else. I just kind of wanted to say a public goodbye to her. So, all right, this one is from Cirillo. It's the first Joker 2 image released. Now, you and I saw Joker 1, and I liked Joker 1. It was really weird and really off the wall, and I didn't know how to think. I didn't know what to think of it, but it turned out to be a pretty darn good movie. And I'm curious where they're going to go with it with 2, because they kind of, what's this? They're going to have Harley Quinn's going to be Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Well, why aren't they using? I wonder if she's under contract. Well, wait a minute. Joker was not a. Okay, it's directed by Todd Phillips. Wonder why they chose her instead of.
Maybe less money.
What Lady Gaga's going to be money? They're going to pay money for her.
Maybe they have a bigger budget.
I don't know. It says here, I want to see, it doesn't say anything about, another interesting aspect about this film is that it'll be a musical, which is definitely different in tone. A musical? Musical Joker. That's interesting. Also known that Gaga is well-known actor and singer, having won the. Okay. Well, I mean, I really like the first one, and as long as they keep true to the first one, I'll probably like this one too. But I'm not really sure about the musical part of that. I'm trying to think how they're going to do that it'll be a musical. So, but yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, I didn't get to see anything this weekend because I was a little bit busy. Let's see here. All right, got that. We're going to get the Facebook working. All right. Oh, no, she's going to get off and go to bed. You were crying, too. Yes.
Thanks, Jessie Joe. Love you.
I didn't mean to make you cry, but she was at the... wasn't she at the last... Oh, she wasn't at the last one, was she?
No, not the last one, the one before, because that's where she got the funnel cake and all the pictures and stuff. She was at the last one that Ken was at. No, never mind. I'm not right. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're not. All right.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. Oh, that is true.
2 years ago, because I have all the pictures and everything. So.
Did I ever give her your card back?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I
don't even know if I ever looked at them because all these things happened in such a period of time that I didn't. So, okay, so I'm going to give you a little...
synopsis?
No, I'm going to try and change topics. So as you know, Ken died a year ago, the end of last month, a year ago. And one of the casting things that I ran into today was looking for singers that they want to promote into the music. They want to promote new talent into the music. And I wrote them a cover letter that said that, basically I gave them my, I've been in the business since, whenever, and then I I uploaded a bunch of tracks and stuff, and I uploaded the last album, and I uploaded some other stuff that Ken and I did, and I explained that I'm going solo due to the, departure of my bandmate, and basically gave them a snapshot of what I have that I want to do. And they were only they were asking for vocalists. That's all they asked for. So I gave them more than they bargained for, I think. And I told them how I'm looking to make the new music that we wrote available to the public, and basically gave them links and stuff like that. And I gave them the Love is Love. I told them I've got 21 awards for Love is Love. And I've got, I gave them the video for Love is Love, and I gave them all kinds of stuff. Just, I don't know if anything will happen with it, but, if they look at that and say, hey, this guy's got a lot of stuff, we'll see. And then, as I showed you upstairs and didn't tell anyone else about this, I found, actually was sitting next to this case of cassette tapes that I've had there for, I don't even know how many years it's been sitting there. And I'd never looked at them to see what they were. Well, I looked at them when I was cleaning the studio, and they're songs from the 80s from different bands I was in. The Barking Rats, Mike Trash and the Barking Rats, and just the Barking Rats, which are two different bands, are in there. That's I don't know what else is in there, but there is a full case of it was not even CDs yet. That's when CDs had just came out. But it is a bunch of music I got to go through and convert to MP3s. And when I convert them, you're welcome to any of them. But it was just kind of, that was another thing after all this happened. To find that, it had me thinking of Ken, because I thought of all these songs that I started listening to songs that you haven't even heard. This is stuff from the 80s that we did. This is before I knew you. 20 years before I knew you. And it was really it was a lot of songs that we didn't do in the last 30 years, because we got Ken would have a tendency to put them aside, and we'd work on new stuff rather than working on old stuff. And so I've got all these songs that you haven't even heard yet and it's stuff that I forgot we even did. And I'm listening to it, and I'm thinking, holy cow. I'm sure you never heard the song Dreamin' of You.
Nope.
That was one we did. And it was awesome, some of the stuff. But it was thinking about these people that aren't with us anymore. And that put me in a headspace that I didn't want to be in because, I miss my friend. I miss him so much. And, so much stuff that we've been through, and I don't even remember all of it. I mean, because as I listened to this, I was like, oh, that was a great song. Why didn't we keep doing that? Because it was... It's too much going on, and it's hurting. It's really hurting a lot knowing that I can't call Ken up, and I know that his family wants some pictures because they're going to do his tombstone, and I decided I'm going to offer to donate money towards his tombstone because I should do something. He gave me all that equipment.
Yeah.
I should do something. And even if he didn't give it to me, I feel like I owe him because of the time I spent with him and all the things that we've been through together. Because we played 3 states, and most bands don't leave their own area. Most people don't leave more than 50 miles from where they're born to play. But we played 3 different states, and we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So anyway, all right. So I'll move on from there. It's tough.
Yep.
But I'm hoping that somebody listens to it. I'm hoping that somebody likes what we have to offer because I think we have a lot to offer. Well, I mean me, because Ken's not offering us anything. Okay. Now, we're going to try this. Okay. We're going to try this.
You can close that thing. I was sitting over here thinking it's on my computer, and I'm trying to close it. And
Well, close it. Close it.
It won't go.
You put it on my screen.
I've been trying.
Need some pills.
There you go.
Oop, I dropped one. Don't worry, I'll eat it. I'd say the floor was clean, but I won't say that. I'll say the floor is cleaner than it was last week. It's not clean, but it's cleaner. All right, anyway, these pills I'm taking are Reese's Pieces. So.
And there was a story behind that, too.
Yeah, he's dead, too. All right. We're going to try this. Trying to get the show back on track.
I guess I can really call her my sugar mama now because she gives so much sugar stuff.
Yeah.
Candy and all that stuff, so.
I don't usually eat too much candy, but I can't turn down Reese's Pieces.
Exactly. That's why I brought them.
All right. There we go. This is a weird story that Ashley, you know Ashley?
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
The girl that paid your check this week.
That's true,
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the one that paid my check this week.
Okay.
Or contributed to your check this week.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You know, and it's funny because isn't she the one that says she's usually remote? And I don't even see that she's remote.
She's not remotely interested.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
In her defense, you don't know how long the meeting went. If it started at 7, it is almost 8 o'clock, so she can be on her way home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't defend her. She wouldn't defend you.
Yeah.
I know
Anyway.
that's true. That's true. You know?
She'd defend you once she got your zeros. She would defend you then.
Yeah, again, yeah.
All right, glamorous poker star is slammed for distracting opponents with repeatedly X-rated wardrobe malfunctions that exposed her breasts during the game, but all is not as it seems. This is such a weird story. So, a controversial poker tournament was recently embroiled in a cheating scandal. It's making headlines again after a player appeared to have multiple wardrobe malfunctions during the game. Now, what does that mean? That means this girl was wearing some revealing clothes and occasionally would like lean over, and so her breast was almost popping out so that she could distract the men. If I were a woman and I was playing poker, I'd use anything I could to get my money. If it meant exposing a little nipple here and there, if you're winning, as long as you're winning, it'd be worth it. But yeah, that gives women an unfair advantage to us guys, because it's not like we can whip our penis out and distract all the other guys. I mean, or all the other winners.
It said it was actually a bodysuit.
Okay, I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean that's either way if you're distracting the men. So it says Hustler Casino Live was rocked by a cheating scandal in October when a player accused another competitor of wearing a vibrating device to help them win $269,000, and has now found itself in the center of a somewhat unwanted attention again. Now, this is a period where a picture where she's starting to expose herself. So here you go. You can't see nipples. I mean, that's not a bodysuit. That's a lack of clothing there. The popular poker player and YouTuber known as Sashimi was competing in a live stream event called Max Payne Monday when a nip slip happened, but it turned out that she was wearing, oh, you're right, a prosthetic bodysuit, and the breasts that went on display were fake. Huh. Well, that's no fair. I mean, geez, if you're gonna cheat to win, let's see some nip. I mean, I can't even imagine this whole thing. Social media had a field day with an awkward situation. This is actually a good strategy, said one Twitter user. Did she win? That's one hell of a distraction, said another. That's what we in the poker biz call a tell, joked a third. Not everybody thought the stunt was a laughing matter. Poker player Sherry Pluskoda tweeted at the Hustler Live to do better. Another annoyed Twitter user commented, "Welp, it's official and final. The poker show is a joke and is objectively awful. There is zero that can be done to build the credibility." Anyway, it just is really kind of weird to think that somebody would do that on purpose. And I would be like, she had better won. She better have won something out of it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Win a date?
She won something, I guess. I don't know. I don't think she won now. I mean, it doesn't say she won, so I'm assuming she didn't necessarily win a lot of money. I'm looking here. I don't know. It doesn't.
Diane's looking here too for something. I don't know what she's looking for.
She's looking for food.
Probably.
Yeah, it doesn't say that she won anything, but
maybe her intent was to distract people because they didn't win them all.
Or she was just doing it to get hits on her site or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All three of you sent me this one too. Deteriorating. Bruce Willis revised his will before diagnosis. Daughters with Demi Moore allegedly getting $1 million each. Wish when my dad died I would have gotten $1 million. Or even anything. Even $5. You know. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, my dad didn't have $1 million. Bruce Willis Bruce Willis' will was revised days before his. Oh shoot! Now I can't remember what it said. Here it is. Before he was diagnosed with a rare brain disease, the Die Hard actor, he was only 67, will spend his $250 million fortune amongst his family, including the daughters. The daughters says she shares with ex-wife Demi Moore. I think it's supposed to be he shares, as well as the new spouse and their children. Sources spill that Bruce is only leaving Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah $1 million each. Well, I'll tell you what, $1 million each to me is better than zero.
Yeah.
And personally, if you want to leave me $1 million, I will gladly say that you're my dad, even though there's only a couple of years between us. And I don't know. I think if anybody complains over the $1 million, they shouldn't get it at all, because they got something.
Well, that was the point of when my dad called me up the one time, and he goes to me, I'm late. If there's anything left after his wife, my stepmother, and him die, it would get divided between all five of us. And he acted like I was going to get mad because she has 3 children, he has 2, and I'm like, money can't bring back the person. No. So you can give him $1 trillion, billion, whatever you want, and it's not going to still bring back that person. And I told him that. I said to him, I'm going to be more worried about, what am I going to do when I can't make that phone call and say, Dad, I need some advice, or something like that. It's like, when because there is no telephone in heaven. And
how do you know that?
Well, I tried.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I tried.
It's probably even better than wireless. Mm-hmm. It's whatever is better. It's whatever is better than wireless.
But I be honest with you, I think like my aunt and my uncle and my grandparents and all that, know what I do when I go there, know what I'm doing now and all that, and they're showing me signs. They're showing me signs.
Okay. Well, you still have both your parents, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't, and I don't.
Nope.
Well, the best thing I can say to you is get your time in now.
Yep.
Well, I'm doing the best I can, and I try and call my father all the time, and sometimes when as you saw tonight, my father is more of a overprotective father.
Okay.
I would say is the best thing to say it politely. He would rather, I have a bad track record when I've dated women, and he's basing that track record on that, and to a sense I don't like that, but it's one of those things.
What am I looking at?
Natasha.
Oh, what's the post number?
The American Legion post number in Steelton is 420.
Oh. Only a 420 liker would notice that. Well, like I said, my dad died at 50, and there was no indication it was coming. He died at work. And my mother lived a long life. She lived to be 80. And that we saw it coming. It went slower than we wanted it to, because that's really painful too, watching someone die. Because I watched Pam die for 12 years, and I sometimes wonder what is better. Is it better to have them leave instantly, or is it better for them? I still didn't say goodbye to Pam, but I had time to say goodbye to my mother because she was,
I was actually talking about your mom one Sunday. Or your dad, because I had our friends James and Mary were in, and they were getting ready to leave, and James asked me to run him to the auto parts store so he could get this piece that he needed to do the oil change in their car before they left. And he was saying about the steel mill that there's not many of them around, and that's when I was talking about your dad, that your dad worked there.
Bethlehem Steel, that's where he died. He died at the Bethlehem Steel Mill.
And they make what, railroad tracks there?
They make, in the roads that we drive on, there is something called rebar. It's a piece of metal that keeps the roads, the roads are paved with they have these rebar things across them. And
is that like the form that it?
No, that's actually inside the road. There is these bars that keep it all. It has the.
I know what
not
you're talking
concrete,
about,
not
yeah.
the whatever they put
Asphalt?
asphalt, whatever it is. It forms around them, and
Okay.
it keeps a stronger thing. It allows it to bond and become a stronger thing than just putting it
Then
out
where
there.
the hell do the potholes come from?
Oh, the other sides of the rebar. Anyway, that's what he did. He made those, and he worked on a thing called Frog and Jump. I think is what I know. It's a weird name, but
Okay.
Frog and Switch is what
Okay.
it was. And they're anyway. He worked there a long time. He worked there pretty much my whole life.
Not bait and switch, it's frog and switch.
Frog and Switch, yeah. So I remember when it flooded down there, because you're at the top of the hill.
Mhm.
When it flooded for the '76 flood, that water was so high, there were fish in people's lawns and
I
stuff,
believe it.
and it was all the way up the hill. Not all the way up the hill, but it was pretty far up the hill. So it was pretty interesting.
Well, here a couple years ago when we got all that rain and it was flooding things out, I was glad I was at the top of the hill.
Yeah, because that especially because that is so flat at the bottom.
Yes.
And the water just keeps. Oh, I remember we went and looked at it, and because my dad offered to help some people help clean up their houses and stuff, and we went up there and there were like carp, like giant carp in people's yards and stuff. It was just it was disgusting, and but that was. Whew. I remember because when I lived in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
there was no way if it got flooded there, that meant it was time for the ark, because I was pretty far away from water out where I was living. So anyway,
See, just be thankful we have a house on top of a hill.
yeah, that's a good place. If you get water up there, we're all gone. If I get water up here, we're all gone. So you're probably higher than I am, though.
Yeah, I think so.
So anyway, all right, next one. All right, I got a question for you.
No.
Gotta have a quiz. Gotta have at least one quiz a week. We all know who Mariah Carey is, I would imagine.
Yes.
How much money do you think she makes from the song All I Want for Christmas?
$1 million.
From a low to a high. What do you think? The $1 million is the high or the low?
I think that's the low.
Okay. What do you think the high is?
Probably about $3 million.
I was going to say at least $4 million.
Okay, you'll say 1 million to 4 million, and you'll say
I'm going to say $3 million to $5 million.
okay. All right. Well, the answer is she makes the lowest she makes is 600,000,
Wow.
and she makes an average of 2 to 4 million a year in royalties.
Wow.
Could you imagine? Like, you don't have to work. You don't have to work. You can just live off of that. If I had one hit song, I still would work, but I could just not work anymore. That would be awesome if you had that security. Hey, Christine,
Hi,
nice to see you. There's the speaker extraordinaire, Christine.
Ooh.
She's been doing speaking in those, not Tony Robbins, Bill Walsh
Okay.
events, and she goes and talks about CTE and the dangers of CTE and stuff like that. So I'm very proud of her. She is a phenomenal woman, and she deserves all the good things in life. And so she makes between not Christine, not Christine. She makes Mariah Carey makes between 2 to 4 million in royalties with a low of 600,000. That would be an ultimate. What a way that would be so cool to, like, if you felt you were getting sick and stuff, you would just live off of that.
Wow.
You know. But that's what I found out about what she makes. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, here it is. The how much does Mariah Carey make in royalties for All I Want for Christmas Is You, and she makes it every December. And they said that let's start with the second question. All I Want for Christmas has generated at least $80 million in royalties. Whew. That's freaking insane. And the writers and co-producers, Mariah and Walter, enjoy the lion's share of that revenue. And more importantly, the song has become an extremely valuable asset. If the song's rights were ever offered for sale, they would sell for 30 to 40 times that in revenue. And at the low end, it's been estimated that every December she earns $600,000 in royalties from that song, and on the high end, $1.2 million.
Wow.
So I wanted, since I know that Christine's in the chat room,
There's two Christines in there.
Oh, are both of them in there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Listen.
And today's Christine Harding's birthday.
I know it is. I told her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to talk about something else since they're both in there, and one of them knows about some of this, but the other one does not know about this. So I did a movie this weekend, and it's called, tentatively, it's called Winder. And the reason it's called Winder is that, do you ever have one of those flashlights that you crank to get?
Yes.
Okay, it's all based around that for the ending. So, I happen to be the villain.
You?
I am Dennis of Delaware, and there's a thing about Dennis that he is known for being around Delaware and doing things that I won't talk too much about because I'm not going to give away what the movie's about. But
you can't talk about the porn, right?
But I will tell you that in this bag here. Well, first, maybe before I do that, I think I'll do this. I'm going to pull up my post because
you're giving me the chills.
Well, that's why I decided I should do the post first.
I got chills.
Let's see. I gotta find. Let's see. No, that's a video.
Do you think it's dead skin?
Well, isn't it?
I gotta hold on now. Gotta go back here. There. Oh shoot! I hit the wrong button. Darn it! Get back! Get back! Get back! Come on. I want to show people what some of the things are that I'm going to talk about. So that's why I want to do this. Let's see. Gotta go back to. Oh, I'm set on as okay. I gotta change it back to the other. Gotta change my thing back because it's. I don't want just the trash talking thing. Okay, I guess. How do I switch it? I guess I got to go back here. This is kind of cool. So I'm going to switch it to me. Hopefully. There we go. Switching to me. Nope. Where am I? That's not me. I mean, that is me, but it's not me. Okay, I got to do this again. And I hope you enjoyed your birthday, and I hope you enjoyed what I posted on your birthday. So, let's see, here we go. I gotta switch back to me. How do I switch back to me?
You're a hard person to find, Mike Trash.
Yeah, I am really difficult to find. Wait, here we go. This will be it. This will tell me where it is. Come on. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna go to the first, I guess this is the first picture. So this is me as Dennis, and I had apparently had, as a child, a baseball bat to the head. Somebody had injured me. And
you really need to go see an eye doctor.
What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with my eye. I just have a dent in my head. Anyway, so people were always making fun of me because I'm... Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, that's because it's... Okay.
If you go back to that
so
picture and
here.
then click View Post.
Go here. How do I do this?
Go back.
Yeah, but it went to my...
Go back to the other picture.
Yeah, but it went back to...
No, the left there.
Okay. I want to find me.
Yeah, go to the right arrow.
Wait, here we go.
Right arrow.
I'll just do it this way.
Okay.
I'll just do it as me. Here we go. There we go. All right. There, that's what I wanted. Okay, so we'll go back here. Oh, come on. Here we go. So this is the place where it took. This was a farmhouse, and it's really nice. It's really big, really nice farmhouse. This is like 4 stories high up here.
Wow.
And they had lights and.
Was it a full farmhouse? Because
it
only looks like the side of it.
No, there's a full working farm.
Oh wow.
And this is they had their own lights set up in here, and they had a generator. This is the lights, the lighting then they have this to reflect the lights out. And then there's me. There's me. Oh, wait.
We lost you, Mike.
Well, there's another picture. There's another picture. There's another picture.
Oh,
There's another picture.
that's creepy.
No, it's
Well,
not.
thanks a lot. I'm glad you like my creepiness.
I don't think it's creepy.
I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it looks cool.
So, what I wanted to show you was, in this bag, oh, I can put this up here a little closer. There's my other eye. It took at least, excuse me?
Tequila!
What are we doing with the
That's
Fonzie
very-
song?
That's tequila.
Anyway, so it took us probably 2.5 to 3 hours of makeup of me to look like this. So,
It took you 3 hours to look like this?
to look like this. I have to put this on every day. That's what I normally look like. So, anyway, to give you an idea, my part isn't even that long. But it was really, that's what I looked like in the movie. So, I won't really get into much about it, but when it comes out, I'll have a
Did you
copy.
just say you played yourself?
I did. I played with myself.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yes, and I even have a dent here in my head that really is kind of fun. But boy, oh boy, that was the hardest part, was sitting there and having them put all that makeup on. And yeah, I was the bad guy, the heavy guy. It was fun though. It was. And now, first off, I wouldn't normally do this kind of situation with what it. See, this was by some New York State University, NYU. So New York University. Now, normally I wouldn't want to do this for a job like that, because I wouldn't trust that they were professional.
Right.
And when I got there, I was scared because they were like 18 to 22. And I thought, oh, this is going to be really horrible. I'm not going to like this at all. But let me tell you something. I have never seen a machine work that well together. The people that are on that team, they all knew their jobs, and they all worked together and made it painless. It was awesome. It was really very good. These people really know their stuff, and I was really glad that I got to work with them. They were awesome, and so the director told me he was glad working with me, and I was glad working with him, and it was just it was awesome. It was just an awesome thing. I'll show you what he wrote. Let's see here. That's what he wrote to me, and read that.
Thank you, Michael, for everything. You were excellent. Hope to work with you again sometime. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How much did you pay him?
$1.
Okay. Cheapskate.
Yeah, well, it's you only can work with so much. But no, they were good kids, and they all knew what they were doing, and the person in charge of keeping everything on time, she was tough. She was tough. She goes, "You got 15 minutes. 15 minutes." Then she counted down. She go, 12 minutes. She cut it. She all the way down to the last thing, and she kept them on time. She made sure everybody did what they were supposed to do, and on the time they were supposed to do it. So I actually was very happy with them, and felt that they did a good job of everything that they were trying to do. And so the girl who was playing the face, the good girl or whatever, was a girl from Germany.
Oh.
And she told me that, I said, well, you don't even have an accent. And she said she worked hard at learning her American English.
Wow. Cool.
And I told her about my TV show that I want to work on, and I told her that I told her about the David Hasselhoff thing being number one, the number one foreign act, and I'm supposed to be number two. And she goes, he's not really the number one. And she goes, they say that, but he's not really number one. I said, well, that's because I am. And she laughed and she said, where did it happen? Where in Germany was your thing? And I said, well, I came from Dusseldorf. And she told me Dusseldorf is actually a really happening place, and that's the place you want to be if you want to be, like, happening. So that was pretty funny, too. So she's only been in the country for about 3 months.
Wow.
She looks like the girl from Roseanne, the oldest daughter. The blonde.
Oh, Becky.
Yeah.
Becky, yeah. Okay.
She looks a lot like the original Becky, not
Okay.
the fake Becky. And it was kind of cool because she knew her stuff pretty well, and we worked well together. And when the film comes out, they're going to shop it in the film festivals.
Nice.
And I get a copy of all the stuff. So it's kind of cool. And like I said, I really enjoyed working with them. I thought I wouldn't mind having them work on Vital Idol with me. If I had the budget, I'd do it, because those guys definitely knew what they were doing, and they did a great job, and they were very efficient at what they were doing. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. All right, then we got Barry Windham is in the news. He had a stroke, so that's kind of scary when you think about it. He actually looks. I mean, he remember Blackjack Mulligan's his dad,
right.
And he died a couple years ago. So you don't expect him to, he's 6'5" though. I didn't even realize he was that big. We met him in Philadelphia with the Bruno thing. But he was always a good guy. He was always, a good worker and stuff. But Bray Wyatt is related to him through marriage. He's the maternal uncle of the current WWE wrestler Bray Wyatt. What's maternal uncle mean?
Mother's on the mother's side.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, maternal is mother, paternal is father.
Okay. Well, in any case, he is still out there and kicking apparently, but he had that stroke, and that was a really bad thing. I know what it's like to have a stroke. I can tell you, that's no fun thing. But wow, it's really hard to think of a guy like him who was always in shape. Kind of like with Rambo, he was always in shape, and then he retires. Well, he retired in 2012 or something, but it's just hard to think of, like, these guys are athletes. You expect them to be athletes. You expect them to be in shape and working and all that stuff.
Even when you're an athletic supporter.
Well, you would know that because you were an athletic supporter, but I being an athlete, But it was nice that, anyway. But
it just amazes me how these people go out, they jog all the time, they get in good shape, they do all that stuff.
Yes.
Next thing you know, you find out, oh, wait a minute, where'd they go? They died of natural causes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's like, and it boils down to people go to me, why do you do this and all the time? And it's like, you know what? Some might as well die happy.
Okay, to bring it down to what I wanted to say, but I just didn't. I was beating around the bush. Is that okay? Our signal went off. What I wanted to say, I'm waiting for it to come back up before I get into this too far. Is that they're all around the same age as me.
Yeah.
They always took care of their bodies.
Yep.
And here they're having strokes or health problems, and here I am, same fat guy, just a little less fat, but I shouldn't say this because I could be tempting fate, but I'm still alive and kicking, and I did have a stroke, but that was because of the wrestling that I probably had the stroke, because I took too many chair shots, It only takes one chair shot in the right place. So, just kind of like, I kind of think those guys should last forever. I mean, like Bruno Sammartino, he lasted till his 80s.
Wow.
He was a guy that always took care of himself.
Right.
But then you got a guy like Barry Windham. He turned 62, and he had this heart attack. So, kind of scary. And yet his dad died at like, I want to say his dad died at probably around 80. I guess we could look to see what time when his dad died. Looking here. Let's see.
Blackjack Mulligan died April 7th, 2016.
Yeah, but how old was he?
73.
Oh, 73, okay. Okay.
Not baby girl. That's big girl.
Many of them also did a lot of steroids and illegal drugs that damaged their bodies. Yeah. So far, the steroids haven't hurt me, but you never know. You don't get guns like this. You don't get guns like this.
Well, here, I'll help on this side.
Yeah, that's it. You don't get guns like this just sitting. Well, yeah, you do get guns like this sitting at home. So, anyway, just kind of weird to think about that these guys. You never know. I mean, Rambo was always in really good shape when I worked with him.
Yeah.
And I never would have thought that we'd be hearing him go through this stuff, and certainly thinking about Barry Windham. I mean, he always looked like he was in good shape, but he's been out of the business for a while, so who knows what kind of shape he's in right now.
Yeah, I have to order my Rambo shirt this week.
I gotta get around. I gotta get a hold of him, and I want to take him out to dinner. I told him I wanted to take him out to dinner too. So anyway, all right. Adam Sandler reunites with Brendan Fraser 28 years after Airheads, and he says, "Remember when I discovered you?" Adam Sandler, well, Brendan Fraser, he's kind of like really fattened up. He was when he was first out, he was like really skinny and kind of like, I don't want to say sexy because I'm not really into guys, but he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad looking, I would imagine. You could probably tell me better than I could tell you.
Brandon Fraser?
Brendan? Yeah, him. Back when he was younger, when he first broke into the business, he seemed to be, pretty good looking for
a guy.
I guess. But I mean, that's what, 20? That's probably 30 years ago, probably around that. Let's find out who discovered who. Brendan Fraser and Adam Sandler fondly remember making Airheads as the best party of all time. On Tuesday, Variety said, actors on actors conversation between Fraser and Sandler, who star in the 2022 films The Whale and Hustle, respectively, as they reminisced about making 1994 comedy directed by Michael Lehman, Heathers, your favorite movie.
That I've never seen.
That's right. Remember when I discovered you? You were just a kid, Sandler 56 jokingly told Fraser.
You're the one that had the treats. That's what you're there for. She must have been waiting by the stairs for me to go upstairs.
What do you want?
You
want something?
She knows.
You want something?
She said, I'll just hop in his chair and then I'll get another treat.
Puppy dog.
Maybe she wants to be part of the show.
Well, there's a seat right there. She just can't be on camera.
Yes, but your face is on it.
Well, she doesn't, No, she just knows that I get up, I go upstairs, and then she goes in my seat and she gets a treat.
You want this? Come and get it. Come on. She doesn't want to leave the chair. She's afraid you'll jump. She's afraid you'll jump in her chair. Come on, pup.
Yes, I am. Hurry up. Lose your feet, move your feet, lose your seat.
Anyway, it says, remember when I discovered you were just a kid? Sandler 56 jokingly told Frasier at 54. That's the that's part of.
Where is she?
She's up there.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to keep her out of the way.
Okay.
Is that how it shook out? Get me out of here. Frasier responded. I was like, this guy shouldn't be a caveman. He should be in a band. Sandler told Frasier, referencing the actor's breakout role in '92, Encino Man, in which he played a caveman named Link. During the conversation, anyway, it's their anniversary of the time that they worked together. So there you go. There's Airheads when he was a rock and roller. So now you know what he looked like as a rocker. But yeah, kind of funny. I never even thought about that as who discovered who. You know, when you watch these things, you think they were actors all along. But you know, I've been thinking about a lot of, because I'm playing around with the acting thing, about how hard it is to get multiple roles and stuff. Like my friend Allie Grant, she's not on television all the time. She made one really big thing with the Weeds, and then she did Suburbia, and then she did parts of the Goldsbergs and stuff like that. She's not working all the time. You know, if you think about it, how many actors do you know of that are in a lot of things, a lot of different things? You know, it's like sometimes they're one-hit wonders here and there and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny when you think about it, because it's good that they get paid well, because they can't work all the time because there's so many people, and they don't want to oversaturate somebody. Like The Rock gets lots of roles, but you know, he doesn't. If you really think about it, he probably doesn't work 24/7. Now, one guy that does work all the time is the guy that does Restaurant Impossible.
Oh yeah.
Because he works like all the time on Restaurant Impossible, but he's also doing the mystery, or what is it? He does that one show where he does Dinner Impossible, where he gets a task. I watched one recently because it was he was doing dinner for an amusement park.
Dinner Impossible, worst cooks in America.
Yeah, he does all these different shows, so he's working all the time. But most of the people, you're lucky if you see him on more than one show. You know, there's a couple guys that do that. They're on more than one show, but I just thought it was interesting. Here's an interesting thing that, speaking of interesting, Aaron Judge of the Yankees. You gave me this one.
Yes.
Now, I don't know much about baseball, but he reportedly signed a 9-year deal for $360 million. Can you imagine $360 million?
And the thing of it is, what I don't get, and there, you know, you think you would have a clause in there for, you know, if he accidentally gets hurt or something, you know, because obviously baseball, you won't get hurt as easy as football, but it's like you think you would have something in there going, well, if you get hurt and you have to have an operation, we don't have to pay you for so many months or whatever. But there's not in there. He's guaranteed that money no matter what. Even if they trade him, they have the people who have that want to buy his contract. They have to buy his contract out and pay the Yankees that money.
Yeah.
You know, and give him whatever he wants.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about that. That's when I guess he must be a top-notch guy.
Oh,
then.
he is. He's one of the and one of the things that he's a valuable player, because he's a lot of times that comes through for the Yankees in a clutch, and you know they'll always say, you know, they're glad when he's up at the plate, because every once in a while he'll hit that, you know, run in, or he'll hit the home run that they need to win the game and stuff like that. So I was, you know, watching that very closely, because obviously I'm a Yankee fan, and you know that was one of the players, like, you don't want to let that kind of player go. You know, and it must have, you know, for him, and Yankees have that money. His son, I forget his son's name, but Steinbrenner, they have that money. You know, and, you know, so I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. You know, they paid him that much money.
Yeah, that's pretty wild when you think about it. Because That's just crazy money. It is really crazy money when you think about it. That they can actually, he's gonna make that money regardless, regardless of if he wins or loses, he's gonna make that money, and that's the kind of position I need, position where you're guaranteed that money. But I don't know.
I'm guaranteed a position, but it's not where I like to be sometimes.
Yeah. Well, not $360 million worth. So that's a sad thing. But okay, so I need to. What am I doing? Okay, what I need to do is this. Okay, then we can do it that way. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Now we're where I need to be. I need to put this in here because it didn't have a link to Facebook, unfortunately. Yeah, $360 million. Can you imagine what you could buy for $360 million? When I see these mansions for like $80 million, I'm thinking, how do you have money to buy a mansion worth that?
Not the Powerball, the Mega Million for tomorrow night is $400 million.
Jeez.
At this point, and yes, I've been playing faithfully, and maybe not every time it goes off because I don't get a chance there, but I've been trying, and even when it was at the $2 million for the Powerball, I still tried, and I figured, you know what, $2 million's better than no million.
$2 million is $2 million more than you had.
Exactly. So
it doesn't matter if you lose the $10 or whatever it is that you play.
Yep, I only played $10, which is 5 shots at it. So.
I need to check my tickets. I bought 2 sets of tickets that I haven't checked yet, but I'm sure they haven't announced that anybody won that yet. So, what are you looking at? What are you doing?
I'm trying to work on something for him.
Oh, okay. Okay, this was really.
Give me a minute.
This is really cool, and actually, I saw this on YouTube, but I took the link that you gave me, and Elvis Presley's private jet is going up for auction.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I gave you that too.
You did. You did give me that. I did see a YouTube that said that they found Elvis Presley's airplane. So I guess this is like the after. What's this one for? I gotta check to see what Marcia sent me. Said, okay. Okay, I didn't put that guy in. Another person had died. But anyway, there
was a lot of people that died this week.
This month. Because last week, how many did I have? 12 or something like that.
Yep.
I don't remember.
It was a lot of people. So, all right. So, Elvis Presley, his private jet, he had bought this jet in 1 year before he died. So he didn't even get to use it.
Why didn't he just give it to Lisa Marie?
I figured that, I don't know. I don't know what his reason was for it, but what's she going to do with a jet when she's like, 15?
Yeah.
So anyway, they sold the jet. First off, he bought it for $840,000 in 1970, I think it was 76.
I was going to say, I think it was 76.
Yeah, I think it was 76. And it was the top of the line thing. It had
Yep.
In 76, it had a VCR, a cassette player, and other lavish amenities. These days, however, after sitting at the Roswell Air Center in Roswell, New Mexico for decades, there's the plane is a little worse for wear. Mecum Auctions, which I do watch their stuff every once in a while, comes on. You can watch the auctions, and they do a lot of antique cars and stuff.
Right.
And I've seen cars go for a whole lot more than they should. Anyway, he bought this at $840,000 in 1976. So how much do you think that would be worth today? I can't even tell you. It'd be worth a couple million, I would imagine. But anyway, these days after sitting at the Roswell, it says okay. Here you go. You can have a chance to win this, get a piece of the singer's legacy. The plane's up for grabs in the upcoming Kissimmee 2023 auction, scheduled for January 4th through the 15th. I see you're taking notes on it. You're gonna bid on this, I would imagine.
Yep.
It says Mecum hasn't shared an estimated pre-auction price for the aircraft, but whomever submits a winning bid will truly get a rare bird with immense appeal per online listing. Now, first off, it looks horrible. It's been sitting for, you figure this has been sitting since 77.
Yeah, but red?
Well,
back then,
yeah, that was a cool color at one point. And it's velour. It's got that nice velour seating in it. But I wonder if it comes with a flight pilot.
I don't know.
Anyway, it says Elvis and his effect on the music industry are best known the world over. The opportunity for the new owner to acquire an extravagant piece of aviation past this is a momentous occasion with untold room for flights of rock and roll fancy. The plane was one of several private jets the king of rock and roll owned throughout his career, including 2 that are currently on display at Graceland, the 2,000 square foot museum complex located on the grounds of the late singer's home in Memphis. It was one of 202 Jetstar planes Lockheed made, and it's somewhere in here. Oh, here you go. Take a look at this. This is what's left of it.
Oh,
you can tell it's been, not used. And actually, that's true. Pulled apart. Pulled apart.
All right.
Faded red and silver paint covers the exterior. The inside, 6 plush swiveling chairs that recline, a couch, a restroom, and window shades and wood paneling, which is a lot for the day. The sale does not include engines or replacement parts, and mechanics have removed the plane's engines and many cockpit components. As such, the Jetstar's new owner won't be able to fly the plane home, but Mecum promises to help coordinate disassembly and shipping.
You figured how many times did he go to Hawaii?
Who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
So
this
he
one
probably
may not,
okay.
because remember, he got this right before he died.
Okay.
The winning bidder will also get a copy of the aircraft security agreement, featuring Elvis's signature, a copy of the bill of sale, and the plane's official Federal Aviation Administration documents. Lockheed began producing the Jetstar in September of 1957, which, as Mecum notes, is the same month RCA Records released Jailhouse Blues, or Jailhouse Rock, This exclusive jet model was popular among A-listers, recognizing dignitaries and star-studded celebrities. According to Mecum, the planes had 4 engines and could reach speeds of up to 565 miles an hour, almost as fast as a Tesla. Elvis bought the plane in November. It's now up for auction in December 22nd, 1976, adding to his collection that already included a custom Convair 880 and another Jetstar. The singer kept several pilots on retainer so he could fly around the country whenever he wanted. He used his planes to travel to concerts, venues, appearances, often accompanied by his band, backup groups, and manager Tom Parker, and members of the so-called Memphis Mafia, or friends and family members who were always by his side. Look at that. This is the outside of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it says here Elvis died August 16th, 1977. So he had it a whole 8 months. And it says a Saudi Arabian company purchased the Jetstar later that year. The details get a little murky, but Mecum notes that the plane has been stored at the airport at Roswell, New Mexico for decades. In recent years, several companies have offered up the plane at auction, including recently GWS Auctions in August. According to the auction house listing, Elvis purchased the jet for his father, Vernon Presley, at that time a very loyal Elvis Presley fan who is over 80 years old, owned the plane and wanted to see it restored to the world for the world to enjoy. It says here, GWS Auctions had previously offered up the jet in May of 2017 when it netted $430,000. Now keep in mind he paid $840,000, so it only netted half what he paid for it. And the plane hit the auction block again in June 2018. And it says here, so many auctions over the past 5 years, the Jetstar is a plane that no one seems to want. It would be nice to have, but I mean, what are you going to do with it? It doesn't fly, so it's really only good for a museum.
Maybe that's all they want it for.
Maybe. I mean, but, you would think that the name Elvis Presley would get people to want to buy it. But apparently, I guess, not a lot of people have money sitting around to just throw it away on that.
Yeah, they can throw some our way.
I'll tell you, it'd be cool to have, but it's not like you're going to restore that to flying condition. I mean, I guess you could if you got the money, but you'd have to get it cheap enough that it'd be worth investing all that money in. That'd be fun, though. I'd love to see that. I would love to see it. I almost would like to go to Graceland just to see the other ones that he's got sitting at Graceland. There's another man that died pretty young.
Yeah.
And because he was the same age, I think, as my dad, and he died a couple years before my dad. So, no, what year did he die? He died in 77, I think it was. He said, right? Said 77 he died. Yeah, because he bought it in 76.
Yeah. He died in August 16th of 77.
How old was he? 42.
Yeah.
42. Jeez.
Even these, though, you got to realize Elvis did a lot of drugs and
yes, he did.
alcohol and stuff like that.
Chicken legs.
Yep. So he did a lot. He did a lot of that stuff, and that's basically through that era. They all did that.
Yeah.
It was one of those, okay, we don't know what to do with our money, and he went through a tough time with Priscilla and all that. So, he turned to that, and that's what happened.
Actually, Ann's statement that she made about the wrestlers is true for Elvis, too. It says many of them also did a lot of steroids and illegal drugs that damaged their bodies. And Elvis was known for doing that stuff. So
that's why I know the people, as they get older, get a little heavier. That's why he got more heavier than he should have been.
Oh, yeah.
Because he did all them steroids and all that.
Oh, yeah. And he was a black belt in karate and stuff, so that's not just a... What is going on with your phone today?
Important stuff.
Oh, okay. What'd you say? That was very nice of you guys.
That we were doing a tribute to her on the show.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Somebody gave me this one. I can't remember who. Charlie Brown Christmas won't air on TV.
I think we both did that.
Here's how you can watch it for free. If you didn't ever watch it, or if you want to watch it again, you can't watch it on regular network TV this year. And that seems so stupid. I would imagine that there's...
What is Christmas without Charlie Brown and his tree?
And Thanksgiving. Those were really, really big things to me.
Exactly.
Every year we watched that.
Every year you watched it.
And every year we watched the Grinch. And every year we watched the... I'm talking about the cartoon Grinch, because they didn't have the other one when we were kids. And it's kind of important that we watch that stuff, because, I mean, even Pam used to watch that stuff every Thanksgiving. We would be watching it. She'd sit there giggling her head off, and I was like, how many times have you seen this? And she goes, I watch it all the time. And she would watch it over and over again. She didn't just watch it once. Then the movie came out, and we watched that over and over again, too. And it was, I enjoyed it. But
well, it just seemed like the same with the Rocky movies, and then what were we watching the other day? Grease.
I haven't watched Grease since.
I mean, it's like, okay, so they come out, and it was like, she was doing, saying lines, and I was saying lines, and it was like, it's a bad habit. But
oh, I'm glad I wasn't there.
He said saying, not singing.
Oh, okay.
No, not singing. I was saying.
I still am glad I wasn't there. I'd be like, bleh. Don't make me sick. That's funny. Anyway.
But it was, it's the same thing, and,
Okay, here's what we need to know. It says here, leave it to good old Charlie Brown to remind you that it's not the gifts, songs, or decorations that matter at Christmas time, but the spirit of the season. Nearly 60 years after A Charlie Brown Christmas first aired. 60 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That message of gratitude is as meaningful as ever. In Charlie Brown, the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. By the way, just to let you know, Christine wants to get rid of my Christmas tree.
No.
And I told her she can't. I said, she goes, I said, what? That's like my Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Anyway.
We had this discussion, remember?
I just think it's funny because, you know, she's so against that tree. I said, if the tree goes, I go too. You know, the tree goes with the house.
Yep.
That's, and I said, you haven't even seen the whole tree because it's been surrounded by cabinets.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad she hasn't seen the whole tree because I would have strengthened her case a little bit. You still look at the Duggar stuff?
Oh, that just happened to come up on my feed.
We see what you're all about. Okay. No better time to watch the animated Christmas special than during the holidays when you're trimming the tree. Oh, I never have to trim my tree because it's always trimmed. It's always up too. I don't have to ever take it down. It says here where to watch it.
My tree's always up and never comes down.
Okay. It says, unlike previous years when Charlie Brown Christmas aired on network television and PBS in 2020 and 2021, the animated Christmas special will stream only on Apple TV in 2022. Wow. Only on Apple TV. In 2018, Apple acquired the rights to A Charlie Brown Christmas along with the rest of the Peanuts catalog, including other classics. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and a Charlie Brown
They're going to make
Thanksgiving.
you pay to watch something that we watched as kids for free.
No, they're not. Well, I mean, they are, but I think they're going to try to get you to subscribe. It gives you like a reason like Netflix to watch. So.
Yeah, that's why they moved Dancing with the Stars over to Disney Plus.
Did they really? Wow.
Yeah, so.
Well, don't they have a free Disney now? That with commercials and stuff?
I don't know, but
I think I heard that
you have
somewhere.
to subscribe to Disney Plus in order to watch that. And it's
Wow.
like, really?
Well, see, people are getting smart now because they're knowing. But you know what? People will forget all about Charlie Brown then eventually. Because Charlie Brown's 60-some now. So who cares about Charlie Brown anymore? He's in his 60s. He should be retiring. They should make a new Charlie Brown where he's in his 60s and retiring. Oh, man. That's a really shame. It says to watch Charlie Brown Christmas this year, you'll need to have a subscription to Apple TV Plus, which is $6.99 a month.
Wasn't it him and Lucy that were supposed to get married or something? I don't know.
I don't know. What are we looking at? Oh, I loved her too.
Yeah.
Believe me, I loved her. I wish that there was something.
Yeah, it's nice that we can stay in touch with the family.
Yeah. Well, make sure you tell her I've just been really busy and I'm not ignoring her. Let's see. It says how to watch it for free. Fortunately, even if you don't have a subscription to Apple TV, you can still catch a Charlie Brown Christmas when Apple offers non-subscribers a free window to stream the special, just in time for Santa's visit. See, they're going to let you watch it anyway for free. And tell her that if there's anything. It says, what's Charlie Brown Christmas about? Geez, let me think. Thanksgiving. Jeez. Be smart. Anyway. But it's just kind of cool that you can.
I don't, a lot of people, we used to watch it as little kids and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not just about the Christmas thing. It's about learning. Like when I think it was Lucy took away the football, he tried again, and knowing that she was gonna take away the football again, and
Yep.
and I won't do it again, she says, and the lesson learned is that
You can't trust a
keep on-
woman.
right? You can't trust a woman exactly. you keep on trying.
Bite your tongue, Trash.
Hey.
You too, Cirillo.
Well, you keep on trying is what
Oh, is that what I learned the wrong lesson? I thought you just can't trust women.
You two can go to hell in an
It all
ice
depends
cube.
on what woman you're talking about. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep. It all depends on what woman
See,
you're
I'm
talking
outnumbered here. This ain't fair.
Outnumbered?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Yeah, my partner in crime isn't here.
Well, that shows you how good.
That's your fault.
That
Christine,
teaches you.
I need you.
That shows you what happens. You shouldn't have had any if you hadn't had kids. They couldn't trust you. Anyway, that's how you can watch Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, what the thing is that people are just going to forget about Charlie Brown now, because I mean, I don't even know that the kids even watch that stuff anymore.
I don't think so. Not
They
a
don't.
The adults watch it because that's part of their childhood.
Yeah. I would, and they're just phasing them out as childhood things because they aren't part of today's kids. I don't know. Anyway, all right. This is really strange, and I think you sent me this. 5 women, including 2 from the Cosby Show,
Yes, I did.
file new sexual assault lawsuit against.
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Okay, now I'm going to say one thing about I don't want to belittle the mind of the women at all, except that is there any point in this? He's like in his 80s. He's in jail one time. I guess that since it's new, they'll be able to go through and prosecute him again. But
prosecute him for what?
Well,
the man's in jail.
He's not. Is he not?
I thought he was out.
He's out.
Okay.
He's out.
Yeah, but still, the thing of it is, what does he have left? They sued him, I thought, for what he had.
Nah, he's got money.
Yeah.
He's got money somewhere. And the thing is that I don't understand is there any point to this anymore? Because I mean, the guy already went to jail once. So they can't send him to jail for the same thing with the same person. But these are new lawsuits, so I guess they could. I guess since there is a track record of him doing this, it may even be easier to get him back in jail. I don't know. It says 5 women who previously accused Bill Cosby of sexual assault have filed new lawsuits against the comedian. Well, if they were previously accused, wait a minute now. I guess that depends how they word this. Lawsuits against the comedian, according to their 34-page complaint. Eden Turl, Joel Glittens, Jennifer Thompson, Lil Bernard, and Sandra Ladd are alleged victims in the suit. They accuse.
The man was a bad guy. I don't understand.
I mean,
leave him alone.
I guess if they can get something out of him, they're not going to get. I mean, if you did it, you did it. If you did it, you can't. I mean, I don't think that we should let. If you shot 20 people and 2 people sued you and you went to jail for that and then you got off on a technicality and the other 18 are still there, they still have solid evidence and they could put them in jail again, okay, do it. But if they're just wasting our money,
which basically they are.
I don't know. I mean, this is a question for a woman, because how do you feel about this? If this had happened to you, would you let it go?
If they let him back out, I definitely wouldn't. I'd want him back in.
He's not. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, so that's what I wanted to know. Okay, so if you were one of the ones that was offended, or not offended,
if I was one of the ones that was assaulted by him,
that's the word I wanted.
I would want him back in, whether he's 80, whether he's 90,
Okay.
whether he's 100. At least I know that I would be safe and other people would be safe from him.
That's the thing there. There is the important thing. So,
and he's on the Deadpool list. You have him, so you want him to die.
This is true. Let's go after him. We should go after him right now before the end of the year. I forgot about that. Well, that's only 1. You've got 3, don't you?
Yeah. Well, that's why I was looking.
And while you're at it, throw a couple other people in that too. See if you can throw in Bob Barker, because he had something to do with it, and and Ozzy Osbourne. I'm sure had something to do with it. He was probably drunk and high at the same time. Anyway, what
everything's good.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyways, the women say it occurred in the late 60s and the 90s on the set of The Cosby Show. It says, in addition to Cosby himself, the new lawsuit targets 3 entertainment studios that work. See, I don't know if okay, I can understand going after Cosby, but if you worked for, let's say I worked for Mike Trash Productions.
You work for Mike Trash Productions.
And it has nothing to do with me, but I'm being sued because Cirillo did something to these girls.
Leave him out of it.
Well, no, wait. I'm just trying to make a point. If Cirillo did the nasty stuff, the production company had nothing to do with that. They had nothing, unless they supplied you with the drugs or they knew.
If they knew it
if
was
they
going
knew about
on.
it, yeah, that would be one thing. But I think that it seems to me like they're just grabbing for anything they can get, and I don't think that's the right way to do it. I think the right way to do it is to go after Cosby, but not unless the production knew about it.
But isn't his production company named after him?
I don't. Oh, well, we're talking about Carsey Warner.
Oh.
And NBC Universal and Kaufman Asteria Studios.
Well, I agree with you in that they're going to try and grasp anything to get money, and it's going to have to come down to, is the judge going to say, is this person, how much, if any, are they liable?
Says the complaint calls the companies and their respective staffs enablers and of the comedian, and accuses them of negligence for failing to intervene while Cosby allegedly abused a string of women on the set of the show. The company has failed to protect the women involved in the Cosby Show, at least the complaint claims. I mean, I see going after him. I'm not so sure about the production companies because, again, the production companies had, unless they gave him the drugs that he needed to target these women, or I'm not so sure that they should be involved in that. More than 60 women have accused the disgraced actor of drugging and sexually assaulting them over the years. In 2021, he was exonerated of a previous sexual assault conviction. Well, that's only because one woman got her conviction out of all those, and it happened to be the woman that shouldn't have been allowed to get it in the first place because she was paid off to keep her mouth shut. So her, by taking that money,
shouldn't be allowed to
refile. That's right. But she was. That's why he got out of jail. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think in a couple years after he dies, we're going to see one of those crime drama things recreated, show us what really happened, because we don't know because we're not there.
Happened.
Yeah. Well, they probably have a pretty clear idea of what happened. I don't know. It's such a shame that this guy, who was, as I grew up, one of the brilliant comedians. They had albums out that were really funny, and he had all this fame, and he broke barriers for the black people. He was the first black guy that got all this stuff that he worked for. He worked for it, but he was the first black guy that broke through the walls. And it's such a shame that he came down crashing as hard as he did. It's not a shame that he came crashing down. It's a shame that he did that stuff to come crashing down. I think that if you did the deed, you should pay for that deed.
You did the crime, you do the time.
And he didn't get to do the time the whole time. He got away with it. So I don't know. I just kind of feel weird that whole thing. Anyway, so Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg are in the news
again.
And he gave that one to me too. He gave me all these. I think I'm gonna sign you up as the producer because you produced a lot of stories.
He wants to be top reporter.
I don't care. He can do it. He can do the work for me. I don't care. It's less work that I have to do, and it actually gave me a chance to do things that, like work on the studio, that I would have never had to do. I knew that he was going to come through this week, so I started working on the studio. I didn't think it was going to take me 2 days, and plus I've got another at least 2 days to work on it. So anyway, so they are in the news.
I'm earning my zeros.
You are earning your zeros. In fact, I'll give you a bonus. Give you 10 extra zeros.
Thank you.
What? You didn't do that much. You only did a couple stories. Don't look at me like that. Kind of stop looking like that, That was not me. That was the producer that gave him the bonus. He just said it in my headset. And you don't get to hear all the things that are in my headset.
I don't want to hear the things that are in your headset.
I don't blame you. I don't want to hear them either. Usually they're telling me, oh, turn that off, turn it off. Hit the off button, hit the off button. Hey, you're over time. Hey, you're
Don't
under
forget to
time.
shut the stream
Hey,
off.
yeah, don't forget to shut the stream off. Hey, you're running late. Will you start the show already? I hear all these things that are going on that you don't have to hear. So, anyway, so Jenny McCarthy and husband Donnie Wahlberg. I didn't even know that Jenny McCarthy was with him.
I did.
Jeez.
Yep.
Did they buy a house?
No, they posed nude.
Oh, gee.
For
That's why he knew.
Yep.
They posed nude for a beauty campaign. See, now I
knew he used that one.
I don't even know what to say. I didn't even look at this. I just posted. I just put it. I didn't even. Yeah.
You really have an issue.
I knew he used that one once he saw it.
I didn't see the picture yet. I just saw the picture for the first time now.
I did. Believe me, when after
Trash Talking Radio has become X-rated.
Believe it or not, I did actually look at the picture.
For this one.
You know.
Watch out. I got 2 reservations for hell.
Really?
Well, you're not going to go because you didn't have anything to do with it.
I'm an
These are
angel.
dirty thoughts from the other 2.
I'm an angel.
I don't know about that. The angel of death, maybe.
Well, depends on whose eyes.
Hey, I've got the costume at home to prove it.
Make that 3 for hell, okay?
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So Donnie Wahlberg and McCarthy. Wow. That is some picture. Hey, he shaves his hair, though. That's just... that looks like... Hey, wait, that's my fireplace. Well, how'd they get in here?
That would be one present I'm sure she would love to unwrap.
She probably has.
She probably has
A couple times, yeah.
And he's probably unwrapped one, too.
I don't think he's wearing anything. I don't think there's any... I think that's his actual junk there.
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Hey, look at them puppies, though. Just look at them puppies.
Bear's cuter.
Those are 2 good puppies there. I like them puppies. And in case you're not looking, she's holding 2 dogs. So that's why I said puppies. I think they're dogs, aren't they? Anyway.
Bear's cuter.
That's true, but
it's the Nude Collection by Formless Beauty.
I wouldn't mind being them dogs at one point.
Says the icons, the 90s icons are bringing joy to the world. Jenny McCarthy, 50, and husband Donnie Wahlberg, stripped down for the holiday, themed and promising.
Joy to the world all the time, but yeah.
Formless Beauty's nude collection of lip glosses. Oh, that's what they're advertising. Okay, now we know. I didn't know which lips they were talking about, his or hers. I was being...
Not moose knuckles.
No, I said lip. Lip. That's it. Anyway, fittingly, the married couple appear completely nude, save for matching red Converse high tops in the campaign, with strategically placed holiday bow covering Wahlberg's bottom half and the duo's dog shielding. Wait, there are 2 dogs, right?
Yes. I believe there was 2 dogs.
I think so. It only talks about the one dog's not, the one's being ignored, so in this. The former New Kids on the Block member accessorized further with a Santa hat and sunglasses. It was fun to bear all with my husband for this shoot. I definitely have a thing for chestnuts roasting on the large packages adorned by the ribbons.
Oh, I thought she'd say his nuts roasting.
No, I think that's what she was...
I think that's what she was indicating.
Yeah,
Chestnuts
pretty sure.
roasting on an open fire.
Meanwhile, Mark Wahlberg's older brother told the outlet he was glad the shoot took place before the in-shape New Kids Donnie became a donut-eating Blue Bloods Donnie, calling the timing perfect. So there you go. I don't even know what to think about that. The nude collection, the new nude collection, $67, originally $75, includes 3 glasses. Oh, gloss. It is? Oh, glosses. Glosses? A clear vision with gold glitter, a nude with bronze glitter and the deeper chestnut hue. I don't even know what that means. Oh, so that's it's lip gloss. That's right.
Coloring.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at her lips. Well, I was looking at her lips, but I wasn't. I forgot what it was. What they were advertising.
I was going to say, remember Christine's watching or listening?
Who's Christine? Christine who?
Uh-huh. You
Anyway.
better address the board with that one.
Yeah, well, you know. It is what it is. Where were we? Okay, next. This next one's for Trish. I don't think it was given to me by you, but I think it was given to me by him. Jeff Probst.
Yeah, probably.
Addresses his future as Survivor host.
Yes.
So what do you think about that?
Yep, I did give him that one.
Yeah, I saw it. I read it. And
you didn't give it to me, did you?
nope, because you don't watch Survivor.
Well, it doesn't matter. If you watch it, that's what matters, because you can talk about Survivor.
This is trash talking radio, not Trish.
No, it's the show about all of our things. So,
but he's going to be around as long as he can.
So is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so what's the point of the article?
There's been rumors that he's been talking about stepping back because of his failed marriage and things like that. But this is what he does, and
I've been
he's
in
got
2 failed
so much
marriages.
money tied up in it.
I've been in 2 failed marriages.
So
both of my marriages are both of my wives are dead. That's failed.
Yeah.
I didn't keep my wives alive.
I don't know where my ex is, and I don't care.
Unfortunately, I know we're both.
Hey, I haven't heard that name for a while either.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Not talking about that one. I'm talking about
What
my
happened to
real
her?
ex-wife.
Oh, she's got somebody now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. You
I'm
always
talking about my real ex-wife.
Okay.
Not ex-girlfriend.
All right, so Jeff Probst is still going to be there.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what the whole thing is about.
Yeah, they're almost coming to another season finale, which I can't wait, because they really have a lot of twists and turns in this season.
Okay.
How can you redo something that has been done before in the past? Well, there's always a twist.
Yeah, you can always do something. Okay. All right. Wow, I still got a lot of stuff to go, and I didn't even get to the other.
That's because I gave you a whole
You
bunch
did.
of
You
stuff.
You did work hard. The thing is, I spent a lot more time on the deaths than I anticipated.
Well, it was one of them we
kind of had to.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have done it any different.
Did you give me the one on Ric Flair?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird
I
one.
don't have to do my job anymore. He's doing it for all of us.
What's your job?
I don't know.
Your job is still doing.
It was still taking pictures, but we don't do that anymore. I monitor the chat room. Okay.
Well, that's a big piece, and plus, when I ask you something, you find it.
Mm-hmm.
You're still the best at that.
Thank you.
So.
Except when it comes to a trackball and you drop it down there, I can't find that.
I mean, except when Ashley's here, then it's a race to see who gives it to me first, because she's pretty quick.
Yeah, we can find who's.
As long as it's on this side, not that side.
That's true. That's one advantage you do have. So, okay. So we're done with that. Okay, Jeff Probst, or no, not Jeff Probst, Ric Flair. Ric Flair's in the news, and it's for something really odd. And I wondered how I would react if that were me.
Well, he already had his last match. So
well, no, it's not that.
No,
it's not that. It's okay. So here's what it is. Ric Flair reacts to a rude girl telling him, "I don't know who you are."
Yes, yes.
Can I say 2 words to you? Balls Mahoney.
Yeah, but this is different from that, kind of. I mean, Balls Mahoney is a different situation because Balls is when he was well, it's not that, just that Ric Flair has years and years and years under his belt that if you know anything about wrestling, you know who he is. You don't even have to know anything about wrestling. You probably have heard his name at some point.
That's the point of that.
Yeah.
Because
and
everybody, if you say WWE or wrestling, professional wrestling, excuse me, what names come to mind like that?
It would be people like
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels. It would be Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
But if you talk about the
Rock?
the top 5 names in the business,
exactly,
you're going to hear Steve Austin. You're going to hear Rock. You're going to hear Hulk Hogan. And you better hear Ric Flair. You know, you might hear Bret Hart, but you're going to hear Ric Flair.
True.
Because he was without a doubt. I mean, the one thing that I watched that show on Peacock, the one about the Legends of Wrestling, and one of the questions that came up one time is
Andre the Giant.
One of the questions that came up was if Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair showed up at the WWE for the first time at the same time, who would have shown up as the bigger star? That's a good question, because it depends, because sports entertainment would be Hulk Hogan. But if you're talking about wrestling,
be Flair.
It probably would be Flair. And that's what it was. I mean, that's the basic thing, was that he was walking through an airport, and this girl said, my friends told me I should get a picture with you, but I don't know who you are. And personally, if someone said that to me, I'd say, well, then you don't need a picture.
That's what I would have said. Hey, you don't need a picture. I mean, what the heck?
But Ric Flair is not apparently like that, and he did a picture with her, and I just think if you don't know who I am, you really don't need a picture of me. But and personally, I think the girl was stupid for even saying that. You just go up and say, "Could I have a picture with you?" And that's it. You don't have to say, "Who are you?" Just say, "Could I have a picture with you?" That would have been the nice thing to say, because the last thing you could do that you would want to do is insult the person that you're wanting to get a picture of.
But she probably wasn't thinking like that. She was probably thinking,
a millennial.
Yeah. Why do they want me to get a picture with this guy? I don't know who he is.
Well, then she shouldn't have.
Probably was looking at it. He's an old fart. And all that
yeah.
shit,
Well, that's pretty much it. I believe that's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, in my intentions, I think that's what it was too, because you probably came up and she goes to me, "This guy's old. Why would I want to take a picture of him?
He's not even cute. He's not even cute, you know."
Right. He's older than dirt.
He's older than my grandfather.
Right. Yeah.
Because she was probably in her 20s or 18 or something. It says here, recently encountered a rude girl who approached him and told him straight away that she didn't know him. See, that's the whole thing. I don't understand. She said, "I don't know who you are, but my friends said you're famous, so I want to take a picture with you. Is that okay with you?" I would have said no. No.
I wish I'd tell your friends to come over and...
Yeah, that's it. So I guess here's a video of it. I don't know that I want to play it because it's on YouTube, so I'll be hammered for it. Here we go.
Oh my God, look, it's Ric Flair. I don't even know who this Ric Flair man is, but I guess we're going to take a picture because he's famous.
Ric Flair rejected my friend. Oh, that's good. So she's gone over. Okay, here she is. Oh, he said, no, it's not okay. Oh, he didn't get a picture with her. That's cool. I'm glad he did that. Good. Good for him. I thought he did it just because he was being cool.
No.
That's cool.
Nope.
I would love to get a picture with him.
He turned her down.
I love Ric Flair. As a kid, I remember how much I hated him, and I learned to respect him. I really did learn, and maybe it was because I was in the business for a while, but I appreciated what he was able to pull off. So I thought it was cool, and I wish I would have met him. I never had a chance to meet him because he was never at any of the venues I was at. So that was that. All right, now next.
You know, I seem to remember there was a show or something that you and I went to, and they weren't going to let us in, and you're like, "I'm Mike Trash. You don't know who I am. I promoted this show for 3 weeks or something."
Yeah, it was the Bruno Sammartino show.
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa!"
I got in, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
You got us in.
I want you to know we didn't pay any money, and even at the dinner, we didn't pay anything to get in that.
But I remember you saying that, and I'm thinking, oh, no, see, they didn't know who you were.
Well, the people at the door may not. The people that mattered do. Okay. Oh, that doesn't belong in this part of it, but I'm here, so I'll continue. TikTok remains to be a negative thing in the news. Family.
I didn't like that.
Huh?
I knew I didn't like that app.
I still have not really used it.
I don't either.
I don't even think I have a sign on because I tried to sign on the other day, but I don't believe I do. But anyway, So a lot of people have died over stupidity, and TikTok proves to be the stupid thing on the current stupid thing that people die over. But this kid was 12. First off, what is? I mean, I know maybe I'm just behind the times, but why is a kid 12? Why are parents allowing them to be on TikTok at 12? Why are kids having phones at 12? I know they are.
Well, Kylie's on it
Yeah.
because she copies dance moves.
Yes, it's just a really bad idea, I think. Anyway, a 12-year-old in Ohio has died after attempting a viral TikTok challenge, according to his family. Tristan Casson, 12, was participating in TikTok's Blackout Challenge, in which social media users attempt to pass out by holding their breath. When his brothers found him how could you hold your breath till you pass out? I didn't think that was physically possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can understand it if someone
Yes, you do. Mike Trash TTRS.
I do?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know I did. How'd you know I did? How'd you find me?
I searched for Trash Talking Radio.
I really do.
0 followers, 0 videos.
That's because I never did it. I got on there once and I signed up and I looked at it and I said, I don't want any part of this.
Yep.
And I couldn't figure out how to sign on to it recently when I wanted to figure it out.
Yep. You got 1 follower now, me.
Oh, well, I don't know that I want on it, but, I haven't decided. I might need it for acting because there's a lot of things that they pay people to make TikTok videos for. But anyway, he was participating in a blackout challenge in which the social media users attempt to pass out by holding their breath. When the brothers found him unresponsive in his bedroom. What's this? Oh, okay. I just got a notification and I got a follower.
Yeah, well, I
TikTok.
sent you the link to it. So
But now you reminded me that I'm an idiot that I signed up for it. Anyway,
just doing my job.
See, Casson was rushed to a local hospital where he was ultimately pronounced dead. I didn't think that was possible, though, to hold your breath till you die. Your body would take over and force you to breathe.
Till it was too late.
And now, of course, the family's probably going to sue TikTok, even though TikTok had nothing to do with it. TikTok just had the parents. Oh, geez,
they think
here's
it
a
was part of
GoFundMe.
a challenge, and that's the kind.
So
of stuff.
they raised $17,490 of the $20,000 goal. This I don't want to say anything bad about this, but this is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You kids got to stop. Geez. I mean, that kid was 12. He could have been, or 11. He could have been somebody important in the future. I mean, instead of a casualty. It just is sad. It's just ridiculous. I think that Ann's comment of many of them also did a lot of steroids and illegal drugs that damaged their bodies goes with this too.
Yep.
That's a universal comment.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that goes with the girl that didn't know who Ric Flair was too. She did a lot of steroids and
she done damage to her brain if she
I
didn't know
guess
who
so.
Flair was.
Yeah. I just don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand why kids, why they have to. I mean, that is sad that the kid died at that age.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think it was possible for you to die just by holding your breath.
Well, you figure your brain's not getting oxygen.
Yeah, but your body would have more. I just think that's. I don't even know what to think. It's just sad. It's sad. Anyway, let's put the. I will share it because I feel bad for the kid, for the parents. But they almost made their goal. That's freaking amazing. That was created 6 days ago, and they got lots of money there. I mean, not that it matters, because I know as well as anyone that the cost of a funeral is really crazy. And a kid that age, he should not have died on December 6th. I don't know. Just crazy. That kid, I just don't even have words to express myself. I feel bad for the family more than the kid. Okay. All right. So Biden did something good.
He retired?
No,
Damn
not
it.
that good. He's set to sign a same-sex marriage bill at the White House ceremony.
Oh.
That surprised me. I never expected to see that.
I
So
wish I could find that.
should have what?
I heard a song this morning going to work that you never would think you'd hear in your lifetime, and unfortunately, it's the only time you can hear it.
Christmas time.
Well, not only that, it's one that you would never think of. It was on the local radio station. They have this group that they call Stevie Ray Flood, okay?
Okay.
And it was called Rudolph the Transgender...
Oh, jeez.
Transgender Reindeer.
Transgender reindeer. That's really
Or
sad.
I'm sorry, Rudolph the General Neutral Reindeer. And I thought, I was looking for it. I'm like, damn it. You'd have to go back and listen to the broadcast this morning to hear it.
Okay. That's pretty weird.
Because if I'd have found it, I'd have sent it to you.
That's pretty funny. Betty White. Okay, we talked about this. We talked about this one at the beginning. I turned your mic off because you were eating.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's noisy. Anyway, Betty White's Los Angeles mansion demolished after selling for massive price. So that's kind of weird. But that happens all the time. I watch these abandoned mansions on YouTube, and a lot of them are really expensive mansions when they were built, but they are not expensive now because they are usually in need of repair. But the people will pay like a couple $1 million for these just for the land, and yet they don't end up. They end up wiping out the house and building fresh. So I kind of think that's really. I mean, it's one thing. I guess it's one thing to think of Betty White's house as being a really nice house because it was, but it's another thing to realize that the house isn't there anymore because they just wanted the land. That's just, I mean, what kind of money do you have that you're buying this really expensive mansion and tearing it down? And when I watch these mansions on YouTube and find out that they're just tearing this house down, it just blows me away that some of them aren't even in that bad a shape.
Well, from what that article said was, it was they already knew it was going to happen. That's the way they sold the land.
Okay.
You know, that the house was going to be torn down.
Oh, I still got to open that again.
So.
Says Betty White, her former home has been torn down, according to a new post on the Instagram. The actress passed away on December 2021. Thank you, on her just short of her 100th birthday, and her massive home in Los Angeles, California, was sold in June. Apparently, the new owner wanted a fresh start as White's house has been leveled to make way for a new development. White owned a sizable house in the Brentwood neighborhood of LA before her passing, and she lived in a different property nearby, a house in the town of Carmel by the Sea in Central California when she passed away at home. However, she did live in the Brentwood home from 68 to 81 during her marriage to Alan Ludden. And so that's what's left of the...
Actually was a co-host of a show, or a host of a show.
Game show. There's what's left of her house, which is nothing. So, just kind of weird. Did it say how much? No, it didn't. Didn't say. I thought it would say how much. But, Oh, here it is. Reportedly went down for, it says here, while she lived in a beachfront home in Carmel by the Sea, which is also sold since her death. It went for $11 million. Wow. That's crazy. That's not the one that they tore down. That's the other one.
You know, somebody said they couldn't wait to use her bright yellow front door. They bought, when this person who bought it builds their house, they're going to put that door on it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just like after you go, I'm going to take your front door and I'm going to put it on my house.
You think you're gonna outlive me?
Probably not.
Okay, okay. In that case, I'm gonna take your front door.
Well, you can have my front door
and the back door too.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just don't take my puppy.
I would take your puppy, but I would take care of your puppy.
Yeah, my puppy's a sweet puppy.
If he didn't pee in my house.
We're working on it.
Yeah, you better have that fixed by the time you die. Okay. Oh.
You better be fixed by the time she dies.
All right.
That's my baby boy.
It don't matter.
Okay. Bob Barker's new girlfriend, or not new girlfriend, longtime girlfriend.
Yep.
He's dating way below his age.
He always
He's
did.
99,
He always
and she's like 70 something.
did. He always did.
He's robbing the cradle on that one.
Yeah, he's rocking the cradle too.
There was rumors that when he was doing The Price is Right, he was dating
Oh,
Janice
yeah.
or one of the girls that originally were with him.
Yeah, I can't imagine the life he had. He had a good life, and has a good life, and he's an animal lover too.
He is still, to this day, will have pets spayed or neutered.
Yep.
You know, I watched a special on YouTube about Robin, Batman's Robin.
Uh-huh.
Did I tell you about this?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll have to get you the link. You can check it out. It's cool because it shows you all the things about Robin, like the people he knew and stuff like that. And it talked about him being Robin. He got typecast. He couldn't get any more work.
Wow.
Anyway, in his later years, he married this woman that he hit it off with, and to this day, he's with her. Now, the thing that's cool about it is they were both dog lovers, and they run a dog save thing for giant dogs, not just. I mean, we're talking big, like double the size of Cheyenne dogs.
Saint Bernard.
And they made their own dog food that took a dog's life from 10 years to 27 years.
Wow.
I started ordering it. I'm going to get her first bag in the next couple days.
Nice.
Oh, shoot, I didn't do that yet. I got to freaking put my card in there. Anyway, they've got this. They carry it at Petco. They carry it at, I forget where all they carry it, but they also have it on Amazon. So
we'll have to look into it.
Yeah, they got this. It's a special dog food. It's I had already been buying food that is good for the dogs because I wanted to do it for Buddy. I was doing it for Buddy, but he had caught the cancer. But if he had not caught the cancer, he probably would have done pretty well on it. But it's good food. It's a special mix, and it's.
Is it people food?
No, it's a special mix of what. It doesn't have all the stuff that the cheap foods have, and it has, like, there's certain things that you need to. Wait a minute, I'll tell you what it is.
Because we know that Bear likes people food.
I'm sure that Bear would like.
He still reminds me of Cheyenne every time we go to get something to eat, and he comes over and he goes, "Where's mine? Where's mine?"
Yeah. There's I found this with Buddy. Before he died, I was looking for the right food, and there was this link. Here it is. So it talks about the best, the kind of food you want to give. You want to look at the ingredients. It says organ meat is good, beef, liver, kidney, heart, and brain, and turkey hearts are all good. Omega-3, DHA, EPA, fatty acids for the brain health, reverses brain aging and helps joint pain. Prebiotic, carrots and soy. You want no grains, fillers, or preservatives. And bad for dogs. You watch for pulated, hydroloxate, whatever it is. I could send you this stuff if you wanted it.
Yes, please.
And it really breaks it down into things that you want to give them versus You never feed them deli meat with preservatives, byproducts. Chicken, beef, lamb, duck, byproducts are bad. Also, beef and bone meal or meat meal are not good. So it tells you what you should look for in each of the things. And the thing is, this food that Robin has, Burt Ward, is all of the things that you want in the food. And it makes them grow up to be good dogs and fairly healthy dogs. So anyway, back to Mr. Barker. Bob Barker is in good health for his age, as the longtime Price is Right host turns 99 on Monday. Ahead of Barker's milestone birthday, Nancy Burnett, the TV icon's companion for almost 40 years. Could you imagine being with anyone for 40 years? I can't
Look
imagine.
at these people that celebrate 50 years.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, the longest relationship I had was just under 20. And I had, a couple relationships that seemed to go for a while, but I didn't even make 20 years. So when I look at that and he's with her for 40, that's freaking crazy.
Both of my grandparents, mother and father's side, have been married over 50 years.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, but it was you look at an era, back then. That was when you said I do, you stayed I do, and you didn't look for what other men and women are looking for. Now is like, okay, we're looking for another, or they get married and, it's like after 5 years or whatever, the romance goes out and they look for some romance somewhere else.
Yep.
Well, back then, especially my grandfather and mother and grandmother, Cirillo, my grandfather had his routine.
Okay.
And my grandmother had her routine, and when I would say, my grandfather grew tomatoes.
Okay.
My grandmother, made tomato sauce. Every Sunday, they had some kind of pasta. And it was, that was their routine. Every Sunday, they would go Saturday or Sunday morning and get Italian bread. And my grandfather, I didn't know this until my father told me, did not like anything else but Italian bread.
Huh.
We wouldn't eat anything else but Italian bread.
I can tell you what made my mom and dad's marriage last as long as it did. Only 2 words from Dad. Yes, dear.
Well, what's wrong with, you saying that?
No.
Yeah, okay.
I told you before I didn't need a man. Yeah, we got into an argument about this.
Oh, well, we'll let this.
The question is, she doesn't need the man, but she likes the help from the man.
But
I can say I don't need a man either.
I could say that too, but
Yep. We're all in agreement of that. We don't need men. He's going to be 99 and takes 1 prescription medication, and that's for his thyroid. At 99, he takes 1 medication. That's crazy.
I remember somebody else who didn't like to take medication.
I stopped taking the calcium a week after I was in the hospital, and I'm doing just fine.
Good.
She said, and his health care and anyone who comes in to see him, they'll say, well, we'd like to, that's the thing. It's funny. When I was in the hospital, they were asking me for my list of medications, and I told them Percocet for 3 a day, and they were like, all right, what else? I said, nothing.
Uh-huh.
That's all I take.
Yeah, I feel privileged.
Well,
I carry a little black case with me. And then they'll go over each doctor visit, and I'll be like, wait a minute, and I have to run through it as though I was filling out my pill strips.
See, I don't have to worry about that.
See, mine's very easy. When the doctor goes, have you changed any medication? Nope. Have you? Because it's like, doctor, have you changed any medication? Nope. So it's like, okay.
Okay. Well, I like not having that many things. But anyway. All right, so he's doing good. And we'll hopefully...
They also said on the radio that Drew Carey took over his position as, the host of Price is Right.
Yep.
And they said that's job security. because because you could always, as an actor, and you would relate to this, you're not guaranteed another job.
Right.
You have to work for that other job. Drew Carey, even though it was big shoes to fill, he took that role knowing I don't have to worry about job security anymore. I don't have to, worry about another act coming in or whatever, because I have, a show that, probably going to go on past you and I and everything else, 20-something years. So,
that's crazy.
I mean, you figure it's gone on, besides, I think, Wheel of Fortune. That's the longest running show is The Price is Right.
That's crazy. Okay, so the next thing, Taylor Swift and the songwriters agree to end Shake It Off copyright case. Did you know she was in a copyright thing?
No.
Okay, one song, Shake It Off, apparently she is in a lawsuit on this. And she, apparently there was a song out that came out before hers that used those same lyrics as that song. And they were suing her for the rights. Now this gets hairy, because if you remember, I was being told that I couldn't use my opening music. I mean, it happens to big people a lot more than it happened to me, and she won her case. So here's the deal. It says 2 songwriters have dropped their lawsuit claiming the Grammy-winning musician Taylor Swift copied their lyrics in her 2014 song Shake It Off, according to the court documents filed on Monday. Sean Hall and Nathan Butler told a Los Angeles federal judge they will dismiss the 2017 case with prejudice, which means it can't be refiled. A trial in the case had been scheduled for January 17th. Monday's court papers, filed jointly by both Swift and the songwriters, did not say if there was a settlement. There must have been a settlement, because I can't imagine them giving up this case, because they have a really strong case. In the Shake It Off, Swift sings, the player's going to play, and the hater's going to hate. And Play Is Gonna Play, written by Hall and Butler, included the phrases, player's gonna play, and hater's gonna hate. The song, performed by the R&B group 3LW, was released in 2001 and appeared on Billboard's Hot 100 and MTV's Total Request Live. A judge dismissed the case in 2018, but the U.S. Court of Appeals revived it in 2019. Swift told the court in August that she had never heard 3LW's song before writing Shake It Off. She said she heard the phrase, play is gonna play, and hater's gonna hate, used commonly to express the idea that one can and should shrug off negativity. So Hall and Butler said the lyrics were too close for their similarity to be a coincidence. They asked for an unspecified amount of money and damages. So chances are she paid them off. And I'm sure she did, and I'm sure the amount of money she made on that was probably, she played just a little bit of money compared to what she made on that. And it made it go away, and they can't re-sue her later, so good for her. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I don't know if you gave me this one or not, but if you didn't, I think I found this one on my own. Tom Brady on why he signed a ball for the 49ers player.
No, I didn't. I think I may have given you it, but
I don't think you did on that one.
I think I came across it, but
yeah,
I may have not have sent that to you.
I don't think you sent that. You sent me a bunch of Tom Brady stuff, and this is what I decided to use on Tom Brady. This is I actually
sounds
thought
like Aaron Rodgers.
I thought this was a pretty interesting story because it's kind of like the Ric Flair thing in a way, opposite of it, but it was kind of like. Because we sometimes, occasionally, Tom Brady has a temper tantrum, Occasionally. Occasionally.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's what this is about.
He whines more than I do when, Bear steps on my toe.
Well, I hope so. As a consensus greatest quarterback to ever play the game, Tom Brady has garnered many admirers over the course of his 23 NFL seasons. In some cases, such as Tampa Bay's Week 14 game against San Francisco, the legendary quarterback has been known to attract special attention from players on the opposing team after games. On Sunday, the Buccaneers quarterback found himself in an interesting conversation with the 49ers linebacker Dre Greenlaw, shortly after San Francisco thrashed Tampa 35-7 at home. The brutal loss marked a sad return for the home of the Bay Area native in just the second game ever played in his career. To make matters worse, Brady ended up being asked to sign a ball for Greenlaw that the veteran defender picked off from him late in the game. Now, do you think he signed it?
Yes.
He did sign it, yes. To some, Brady's gesture, while classy in its own right, may seem a little odd considering the circumstances, but the 45-year-old explained the most recent episode on Let's Go podcast with Jim Gray. The decision to accept his opponent's request is one Brady graciously chose to go through with, even if it still stung a little bit on the inside. It was for me, it said it was S for me, and it was a complete S, a laughing Brady told Gray, but I try to be a gentleman. No, actually, I mean, look, it was a great play he made. I'm happy he got the ball. I wish I didn't throw it, but I'm trying to be a good sport. So I guess he threw. So what happened? He threw the ball. The guy intercepted it, or what?
Yes, I believe so.
So I think it's funny. I think it's it's kind of a cool thing that he signed this ball, and I think he'd be a jerk if he didn't sign it if the guy was being cool about it. So I mean, that Greenlaw guy actually liked Brady and admired Brady. So
it all goes back to good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And be honest with you, I mean, okay, it's not who I know in the sense of it doesn't matter who wins or lose. It's how you play the game and basically good sportsmanship afterwards. A lot of times they weren't shaking hands or something like that. I mean, people put a game like, oh my God, we blew them out or something. It's like, no, you shouldn't say that. If you won the game or you lost the game, you should shake hands no matter what.
Right.
You're still getting paid for it, so what the heck?
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool that he did it, though. This is a pretty interesting story. Vince McMahon reportedly seeking to come back to WWE.
Guess who gave him that one?
I found it.
You found it too? Okay.
That one I did find.
All right.
I was going through the news just for last minute stuff. That is interesting to me because I don't think he'll be coming back.
I don't think he's coming back anyway. No matter what. But I think
they
have to.
This is kind of weird. The article's not here.
Have to have something.
The article's not here though. I think they pulled the article. It was here. It's not here now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he will because there's too much in his lawsuit.
Plus I think what's his name is taking over, and he's going to have basically a good part of it. So.
Yeah, I think Triple H is doing a good job and bringing back people that should have been there along. That Vince fired, and okay, now we'll look up see if I can find it. I don't see. Let's see, reportedly suspended. Okay, Brock Lesnar fired. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see the article. That's interesting. Huh. That's interesting. It was here, but it's not now. Well, hopefully he doesn't make the comeback. I do like the stuff they're doing right now, and I really wouldn't really like it much if he were coming back, because I think he needs to stay out, especially if he did do what what it says he did. Brittany Griner's in the mail. Brittany Griner is in the news. You know who she is?
Yes.
She's
The
welcome
lady
back.
from Russia.
Yes. Well, I don't know if she's from Russia. I
No,
think
she was held captive
Yeah, I
over
was
there.
going to say she was held captive. Brittany Griner is heartbroken when Paul Whelan remains detained in Russia, as she's welcomed back to the U.S. and reunited with her family, her agent says. Man, I'm telling you, that would be scary. She goes, it says, freed from a Russian penal colony and back on American soil, WNBA star Brittany Griner got her first taste of a return to normal life over the weekend at a Texas military facility. But though she's home, Griner is heartbroken that Paul Whelan is still detained. The Olympic gold medalist arrived Friday at Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio and is now staying with her wife, Sherelle Griner, in a residential environment on the base. Her agent, Lindsay Kawaga Colas, decorated with a Christmas tree. So Griner, 32, is upbeat, thankful, and hopeful, and returning to the United States. Let's see, after.
And said she
how did
broke
she?
the law.
What did she do to break the law? Still thinking thinking of Whelan, who remains behind bars in Russia. She's thinking about her family and talked about her intention to call them as soon as she gets home. She's really okay. I want to know. Okay, for Griner, who spent nearly 10 months in Russian custody, Normal has met
Drug possession, acknowledged doing so. She broke a very specific, hold on. It says, as soon as this comes up.
days later.
Yeah, I know.
She'll be out of jail by then. Oh,
She pled guilty to carrying drugs.
But what was?
Hold on.
Was it marijuana drugs or was it like?
Carrying vaporizer cartridges containing hash oil, a substance that is illegal in Russia.
See, that was her own stupidity. Jeez. Those other countries, I would not do anything illegal in any country, man. Because you think about the Singapore one, back when the kids like painted the whatever it was that they painted, and they got caned and all that. No. First off, I wouldn't go to any of those countries. Second off, if I went to one of those countries, I would obey every single rule. And oh man, that was.
That's a real good reason why I wasn't connected.
Oh, you weren't connected to the.
No, I must have pulled out, or.
No,
you know.
I think there was one. We moved it to one.
So is the other person under the same situation?
What was his name?
Whelan.
I know that first name.
Let me back up and figure it out.
Paul
Whelan. Yes. Let's see.
Accused of spying.
Oh, jeez. That's even worse.
Yeah, he was arrested in Russia on December 28th and accused of spying.
Jeez.
On June 15th, 2020, he received a 16-year prison sentence.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, that's okay. I don't want to go in any of those countries. Oh man, especially with the war that's going on over there. All right. Let's see. I guess I want to. I didn't get any of the.
Let's talk about the Eagles real quick.
What do you want to talk about?
They are 12-1. They are the first team to.
I did want to talk about who could be in the playoffs.
Well, looks like, I mean, at this point, it's not going to come down to, again, unfortunately, who wins the Eastern title for the NFC. because obviously at this point, unless they happen to screw up royally, the Eagles will win that title. But
Okay.
that's not saying Dallas, who is in second place, won't get into the playoffs. They may even turn around and play each other in the first game. So who you don't know, and so
Okay. I did want to talk about, there's one or two other ones here that I wanted to talk. First I'll try to do these quickly. You can get a free Wendy's Frosty every day of the year if you buy this key tag.
We tried that before,
And what happened?
they stopped it
Why?
because either people weren't doing it or they were doing it too much.
How can you do it too much? You have to buy something. You can't get it.
I know.
You don't just get it free. You have to buy something. I don't know. That seems kind of, because like it says with purchase.
Yeah, I don't know because I remember having one.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you use it?
Mm-hmm.
It's your fault.
No, I didn't use it every day.
But anyway, so they're saying for only $2 you can purchase a 2023 Frosty key tag, entitling you to one free Frosty Jr. with any purchase every single day of 2023. Yes, that includes the chain's new one limited peppermint Frosty. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was one thing I want to talk about. I also want to talk about. This is disturbing. This couple just kept having babies, had 14 sons, and then they miraculously had a daughter. So now they can stop. They
Let's hope.
They wanted to have one of each. They're ranging from 2.5 to 28 years old. They finally got a daughter, so they can now stop having kids. It's people like that really screw up this whole country, because this country is really it's got too many kids as it is, and how could you afford that many kids anyway? That was the other thing I was thinking of. How could you afford to have 15 kids?
Welfare.
I don't know.
Or maybe trust fund baby, or who knows?
I don't know. I just thought it was weird to have that many kids. Here it is. They had baby boy after baby boy 14 times over until finally a little girl. So the mother's probably thinking, oh, thankfully, finally had one. So now she can move on to something else. That's a weird thing to have. And then we had, let's see. Oh, this is. I thought of you. I don't know why I thought of you, but I thought of you about this one. A restaurant manager is out of a job after a staff warning in a severe memo. Look for other work if you want to request time off.
Oh.
So the restaurant manager's out of a job for saying that. I thought that was funny, because you've been, like when you were at the one place, the Subway or whatever, kids would try to take time off, and I thought, well, just make a rule. So anyway, that was funny. This is weird. Oh, this is really odd. This is really disturbing, too. So a daughter killed her father, her stepdad, because he had nude pictures of her on his computer.
Ooh.
Man, I'm thinking, how messed up is that?
Well, she
No, not messed up on her side, but messed up of his side to have nude pictures of a stepdaughter. That's really sick. That's really, I don't blame her for killing him, but there had to be a better way. I mean, maybe have him arrested and put in jail would be good. I'd like to see him suffer if it would have been me. California woman accused of killing her former stepdad after finding nude photos of herself on his computer has pleaded not guilty to slaying. Jade Jenks, 39, suspected of murdering a 64-year-old Thomas Merriman, co-founder of Butterfly Farms. Wow. So she killed him because they had the stuff. So that's that. Almost done. Trying to wrap it up here. Just kind of two more.
That's fine.
Okay. Oh, this is really cool. These two podcasters have a show that helps people that are imprisoned wrongly get out of prison.
Oh, cool.
And they recently, it says here, Daryl Lee Clark and Kane Joshua Story were teens when they were convicted of a murder in the 1996 death of Brian Bowling, who was playing Russian roulette way back then. These two guys were put in prison because their friend played Russian roulette and died.
Ooh.
And I guess he did it with their gun, but they, whenever people would play Russian roulette, I mean that's scary enough. But these two guys got out because there was evidence that was found. Two Georgia men were spent 25 years in prison, were freed last week after their murder convictions were overturned when podcasters and their attorneys unearthed new evidence proving their innocence. Daryl Lee Clark and Kane Joshua Story were teenagers when they went on trial in January 1998 in the shooting death of their friend Brian Bowling, 15, at a party in 1996. The nonprofit Georgia Innocence Project, also known as GIP, said in a statement, police believe that in Story's account of the shooting, which was that he was in a room with Bowling when he died in an accident playing Russian roulette. Moments before the fatal gunshot, Bowling was on the phone with his girlfriend and had told her he was playing Russian roulette with a gun brought over by his best friend, Story. His best friend Story. Story was initially charged with manslaughter for providing the best friend with the weapon, according to the Innocence Project. However, at the urging of Bowling's disgruntled family, police upgraded Story's charge to murder days after have spoken to the party host, and they connected Clark to the case. And so it's really sick, but they ended up being released recently from that. That's just unbelievable that even happened. That first of all, how stupid is it that people are doing Russian roulette?
Yeah.
It's not gonna end well, and it didn't. Well, it didn't for them because they lost 25 years of their life. So that's just really sick.
Because now they have to start over, and
after losing 25 years of their
even
life,
if you're innocent, you're still going to have trouble.
Well, you think about it now. 25 years of their life, they spent more time in the pokey than they did out of the pokey. Yeah. They never lived their life outside of jail. And last but not least, this is a positive thing. Teenagers' incurable leukemia is cured now by a new base editing gene therapy.
Oh.
I thought this was awesome. It's a good use of technology and shows that technology is a good thing. Because now this kid that was given a death sentence is going to be able to live a happy life. That's kind of cool. So,
wow.
All right. And that's a good one to end on, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad I got rid of all those because next week they wouldn't have been good if we do have a show. So, all right. I want to thank everybody that listened and stayed with us. And I think we made it through another show. And this is without any major hassles.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I don't know if we're having a show next week or not. We might.
Stay tuned. If we're here, right?
That's the way I look at it. And we will talk to you next week. And same bat time, same bat channel, and all that fun stuff. And, oops, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? It's going to work. It's going to work. Here it comes. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Okay, we'll try it again. All right, talk to you later. We're out of here.